Solving sleep apnea problems is so gratifying because we really are changing lives.
I've had more energy, I'm getting better sleep. I've been told from my wife I don't snore, but honestly, it changed my life.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. Solving your breathing triangle problems means a better quality of life, and you deserve that.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Flanners Home Entertainment, Flanners.com. Just press play.
Upgrade your entertainment setup today. For the best in audio and video for your home, indoors and outdoors, Flanners Home Entertainment delivers sound advice at the best price. Flanners, just press play.
It's time for another NL Central throwdown at American Family Field.
Myers kicks, delivers, and a swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by him at 95 and Tobias Myers.
The Brewers and Pirates face off with coverage starting tonight at 6:05 on your home of the Milwaukee Brewers. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 3:02. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: cyber attacks still disrupting hospital services.
I'm Julia Fellow. Not a good idea to threaten a poll worker.
I'm Debbie Laziga, and eastbound on 94, right about at the ramp from 25th Street, we do have the left lane blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Looks like it's going to be tied up there for a little bit, so give yourself some extra time. It is going to be slow coming in from about 84th Street. Other than that, southbound 43, pretty heavy coming in from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive, and then you're back on the brakes from just south of North Avenue all the way down through the Marquette. Northbound's going to be tight out of the Marquette all the way up to Keefe, and some slowdowns on southbound 41 from just north of Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, a few showers, a low of 46. Tomorrow, maybe some rain early, a high of 64. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, stuck in the hospital. The ransomware attack at Ascension Healthcare Network is causing patients to spend more time in the hospital than necessary. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano knows a patient who hasn't been discharged because doctors are waiting on lab results.
They wouldn't transfer him because they didn't know, A, whether they got the whole infection, B, the transfer occurs all via computer. Here's this patient, here are his specs, we transfer him over to your care. Well, not having any computers, they weren't able to do that.
Ascension has hospitals across the country. The FBI says they are aware of the situation.
A new job for former Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher.
I can assure you I'm not going to work for a think tank in D.C.
That was Gallagher on Wisconsin's Afternoon News in March. Now the former 8th District representative has accepted a position as Senior Strategic Advisor for Titletown Tech in Green Bay. Gallagher's resignation in April was criticized by Republicans, including fellow Wisconsin Congressman Glenn Grothman, for leaving the district without representation.
We won't be able to fill the slot till next January 3rd, so that part of the state is not going to have a congressman during that time, and nobody will be able to vote.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The U.S. Secret Service, along with the Milwaukee Host Committee, answering questions about the upcoming Republican National Convention.
Committee Chief Operating Officer Allison Prange tells WTMJ.
With over 50,000 visitors from around the country, we just want to be accessible, let businesses ask how they're going to be impacted, and try to make sure they can ask anything that they need to know.
She also says,
we all know that we've got an awesome city. This is a chance to show people who've never been to the Midwest, never seen our Great Lakes, to show them exactly what they're missing and make sure they come back.
From 600 East Cafe, Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
The Attorney General says threats against election workers are endangering democracy.
As the election draws closer, the Attorney General says his department has seen an increase in threats against election workers. Threats targeting officials in Georgia, Michigan, and Arizona have resulted in years-long prison terms. And Merrick Garland says those cases involving defendants from across the country should serve as a warning.
If you threaten to harm or kill an election worker, volunteer, or official, the Justice Department will find you.
Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up, handing off the draft by land and by sea.
Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 3:05.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Hey, Mom, over here.
and to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder. Here's to Supper Club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. My home is my happy place. It's happier thanks to CertaPro Painters. They painted the exterior of our house. It was quick. It was easy. You can schedule your free estimate today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painter's business is independently owned and operated right here. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's CertaPro with a C. Estimates are easy. Estimates are accurate. They clean up. CertaPro Painters are the real deal. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
Why is abbreviation such a long word?
That, my friend, is one of life's unanswerable questions.
I mean, you'd think someone could make it shorter.
Oh, you mean like instead of saying buy one, get one, you can just say BOGO.
Yeah, kinda.
Through Monday at Hasselus Mattress, buy a new Sealy Posturepedic, Perfect Sleeper, or Beauty Rest mattress, and we'll give you a free box spring or an equal amount off an adjustable base.
Or, in other words,
BOGO.
Right.
Plus, free next day delivery and employee-free showrooms.
You mean I don't have to deal with pushy salespeople?
No.
So I can try out all the mattresses
solo.
And through Monday, I can
BOGO.
You're a man of few words. I like that.
Buy a new Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, or Perfect Sleeper and get a free box spring or an equal amount off an adjustable base. Now through Monday at Hasselus Mattress. Find a self-service showroom near you or shop online at hasselus.com.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time 3:07.
Your Green Bay Packers will start the countdown clock to the 2025 NFL Draft after it officially arrives in Milwaukee on Tuesday.
Take this ceremonial handoff from Michigan to Wisconsin.
The ceremonial NFL Draft football coming via the Lake Express Ferry. Popke, Director of Public Affairs for the Packers, on Wisconsin's Morning News.
With the two states adjacent to each other or near each other to do it in this fashion.
Detroit hosted the previous draft. The ferry arrives in Milwaukee 11:45 on Tuesday.
Involved Milwaukee and, of course, all the rich history of football.
Vince Vitrano, WTMJ News.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. After taking 3 of 4 against the Cardinals, the Brewers welcome in the Pittsburgh Pirates for Game 1 of their 3-game set. Coverage at 6:05 on WTMJ. And the Milwaukee Admirals advance to the second round of the Calder Cup playoffs after a Mother's Day win over the Texas Stars.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time 3:08.
This report is sponsored by Truestone Financial, your neighborhood credit union. Visit truestone.org today.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we do have something even sweeter. Open and use a Truestone checking account and we'll give you up to $150 cash back. It's not exactly what the recipe called for, but $150 can buy you a lot of cookies. It's true, because we're Truestone. Learn more and sign up at truestone.org. Offer subject to terms and conditions. Recipient responsible for applicable taxes. Membership required.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Nagging pain lasting for months, difficulty performing everyday tasks, not moving like you'd like, it's time to see the doctor. And I recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Anytime I've needed care, the appointments are timely, no waiting weeks to be seen, and no pressure to have surgery. It's about getting the right diagnosis and choosing a treatment plan that fits your life. No question where I turn if I'm injured again. The experts in care at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. It's orthowisconsin.com.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here are your hosts, John McCure and Julia Fellow.
Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a nice Mother's Day weekend. The weather sure was good, wasn't it?
Amazing.
Let's get to what we're tracking down today.
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
It's happening again. Wildfire smoke in Wisconsin, mostly in central and northern Wisconsin. There's a big old fire up in British Columbia. It's called the Parker Lake Wildfire. 3,000 people have been evacuated, and the smoke is drifting here again up in the Green Bay area in the Northwoods. You can really face it and see it. They're saying that people who have sensitive breathing issues, like if you have asthma or bad allergies or you're compromised, you should stay inside. That's how it is up there. It's supposed to be better tomorrow, but experts are hoping this isn't a harbinger for what the summer is going to look like.
Oh, it takes away the sun.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 is a Door County bar fire. The man was sentenced for reckless homicide on Friday to prison for 15 years and 15 years of extended supervision. 60-year-old Anthony Gonzalez is accused of reckless homicide. Now he's a murderer. He's convicted of that. 67-year-old Gary Heisey and 54-year-old Victor Juris were killed. 5 other victims, including the owner of the buildings, were in the building at the time when this took place. And take a listen to the judge. Apparently he was trying to fill up his cigarette lighter when this happened and everything went wrong. And he never said sorry. So this is what the judge said to the defendant.
There are several aspects of your character, in this case, Mr. Gonzalez, which are troubling to me.
So a lot of the people that were testifying of the victims who passed away said he showed no remorse. So 60-year-old Anthony Gonzalez is now going to go to prison for 15 years for that Sturgeon Bay bar fire.
Terrible story. The third thing in the 3 at 3, it is Milwaukee Armed Forces Week. So this is the week where we celebrate all the different branches of the military who reside in, work in, or are from the Milwaukee area. This is a great week, and we do it better than any other place in the nation. National reputation for this. It takes place this week. Lots of different events, lots of things for people to do. It really gets kicked off tonight. The Armed Forces Week dinner is tonight. This is a big deal. I love this event. All the military in their formal dress uniforms are there. I'm going to be there tonight at the dinner. And I'm sitting at a table with Waukesha County Executive Paul Farrow and Dan Buttry, my friend, who runs the War Memorial Center in town. And it's just absolutely fantastic. It's a great way to celebrate those men and women who wear the uniform and their families who also support those that wear the uniform. So Milwaukee Armed Forces Week is this week. If you see somebody who wears the uniform or you have a loved one, make sure you thank them. Make sure they know that we don't take it for granted. It's a big deal. So I love this week. It culminates on Saturday with a big event at Harley-Davidson Museum.
Amazing.
It is 3:13 at WTMJ. The encampments at UWM are coming down. Our Julian Johnson was out there. He gives us the lay of the land up next.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
I-94, eastbound. A semi just came to a screeching stop in the center lane. I think he's broken down right there.
Call me, Debbie Lazaga, at the Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329.
On southbound I-94, right around Drexel Avenue, there's a wreck in the left lane, and the left lane is blocked.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it? Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
Hey, John Mercure here for the Fox and Hound Supper Club, the most unique, beautiful, and affordable dining destination in the area. Winners of the Top Choice Award for Fine Dining, Most Romantic Restaurant, and Best Sunday Brunch. I was just talking to somebody here at the station today who went to the Fox and Hounds over the weekend. I said, did it live up to the hype? They said, it absolutely did. It was fantastic. They had a great time. I'll tell you what, it's special. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free. 7 nights a week, steak, seafood, pasta, big fresh salad, the ribs, even the steak and lobster. You buy one dinner, you get one dinner free. That includes the prime rib on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Desserts also. That's my favorite. Buy one, get one free. Relax with a hand-muddled old-fashioned, 20 bourbons, 100 wines, 8 elegant dining rooms. It's the Fox and Hounds, right there in the middle of the Kettle Moraine Forest. The setting is spectacular. Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or a quiet dinner. Your second dinner is always free. Just off Highway 167 near Holy Hill. The drive is beautiful this time of year especially. Reserve at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com for that free dinner tonight.
You know, it feels good when I find something really cool and get a great deal on it. But it feels even better when I know that the money I spend actually goes directly to helping others. That's why I shop at St. Vincent de Paul, because I always find the best bargains, and the money I spend stays in Milwaukee County to help fight hunger and eliminate poverty. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton in Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Traffic and weather, Debbie Lazaga, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Looks like we've got a little bit of action now going on. I don't know if it's the wet roads or what, but southbound 41, they're saying it's closed. The cameras are showing otherwise, that we've got one lane of traffic squeezing by. Either way, they probably are going to be closing off the roadway on southbound 41 right about at Highway 60 very soon. It looks like it's a nasty accident with the car way off into the ditch. Looks like they rolled way down into that whole embankment down in that area. So if you are coming up on 41 southbound right about at Highway 60, that's pretty much what you're facing. We're also seeing backups eastbound 94 right about at the ramp from 25th Street off on the right shoulder. A broken down vehicle. It was in traffic, so the delays are pretty much there all the way back to, oh my goodness, 76th Street. Pretty much solid all the way to 25th. Then we've got an accident on 41 southbound on the ramp to get onto 94 eastbound in the zoo interchange. Luckily, it is off on the right shoulder, but it's enough to cause some issues through there. So give yourself plenty of extra time and take it easy. Those wet roads, folks are kind of like, bah, and freaking out now. So just be extra careful. Hey, be our eyes on the roads, though. Report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions if you can safely to the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Blah. Yeah, that's kind of the weather too, Deb. It's pretty bad out there. Rain you mentioned is rolling through. 46 degrees your low tonight. More rain is on the way. Tomorrow, rain early, a high of 64. Wednesday is sunny, a high of 69. Thursday looks pretty good. Chance for a shower, a high of 71. And on Friday, partly cloudy, a high of 73 degrees. Right now, rain throughout the area, and it's 67. So UW-Madison, they have removed the tents. At UW-Milwaukee, they are in the process of moving out. They need to have everything off of campus, those protesters do, by 6 o'clock, I think it is today, by sometime later today. Julian Johnson, WTMJ, was out there today. Julian, good afternoon. Let's start with what's it like? Are they packing up? Is it a mess? Kind of paint the picture for us.
It's a little bit of a mess, kind of, but it's mainly just, they had a lot of stuff. Like, let's be honest and frank. It was a lot of stuff, a lot of tents. There were even more tents further back, like by the further to the side of the building more than I realized as well. So they took down all that barricades, all those Palestinian flags and stuff. They still have like some of the chalk and stuff on the sidewalks and all that type of stuff. But like it's slowly getting all out, and they're clearing out, and I think it's actually tomorrow that they need everything out.
Tomorrow,
by. Yeah, that's the
right.
latest. That's the latest that they have to get everything out by.
Well, there's a severe thunderstorm warning that's happening, so
right
maybe
now
they want to get ahead of it.
There.
I know.
Yeah, it rained a little bit while I was out there earlier, but it's kind of in and out of the rain is at the moment. So yeah.
What is the mood there? Is everybody okay with going? They're all packing up now, or are these outliers?
They're all okay. From what I saw, even something that I always saw when I was there is that people always had masks up. Nobody had their masks up this time, and and even one person who was always a little bit more guarded. It's like they're released a little bit, but they're still saying there's a lot more work to do. And as far as what Amin Atta said, here's one of the things that he actually said to me today.
Disclosure and divestment, it's a thing that we're working on, and we're very committed. We have a meeting as early as tomorrow with the foundation, with the chancellor, and so that's going to continue forward our efforts. We built an amazing coalition with so many students, so many community members who are supporting us, and we are absolutely determined to not stop until we get divestment.
So they have agreed not to disrupt graduation, to pack their stuff up, right? That's the main thing they've agreed to get out of there, but continue to talk.
Exactly, because as we remember from last week, Chancellor Moni, he said that, he wants them gone. And the protesters also said they want it gone. They want the encampments gone as well, but they want progress moving forward. So, the university is going to call for a ceasefire in Gaza, a condemnation of the genocide, and a condemnation of the Hamas attack to Israelis as well, outlining a plan for university leaders to discuss further investment, things of that nature, while acknowledging, again, that UWM also doesn't have direct ties to that Board of Regents and all that type of stuff as well. But again, it's progress. That's the main thing that they wanted at the core of it all. And then also with them being students, it was exam week. It was the last few weeks of school. And Amin also talked a little bit, and he's for UWM for Palestine Coalition. He's one of the members of that, one of the leaders for that. And he talked a little bit about that student experience as well.
It's an insane level of sacrifice from all the student organizers. All the students are dealing with finals, exams, projects, and to be working on this despite all of that, it's one of the most difficult semesters for sure, but we're doing it for a purpose.
WTMJ's Julian Johnson, thank you for being with us.
No problem.
Good stuff. It's 3:20 at WTMJ. Julia takes a field trip. That's up next.
Hey, this is WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for Badger Fence. If you listen to my show, you heard me talk about the beautiful new cedar fence I had installed at my home a couple years ago. Well, the company I trusted with that job is Badger Fence. They've been installing high-quality, durable fences in the metro Milwaukee area since 1945. They're a proud member of the Better Business Bureau with an A+ rating. If privacy, security, and a wide choice of fence styles are top of mind when choosing a fence for your property, then Badger Fence is the right company. They're licensed, bonded, insured, and use the best materials in the industry. With more than 75 years of experience, Badger Fence knows that premium fence materials, design options, and affordability all play an important role in your overall satisfaction with your fencing project. So whether you want wood, which is what we chose, ornamental, chain link, or even PVC, they can help you choose the right materials for your fence project. And when it comes to quality, they are unmatched in the industry. We love our new wood fence, and when my wife Kathy and I were shopping around for fence companies, we found the right match with Badger Fence. To set up an appointment to talk with Badger Fence about your project, go to badgerfence.com. Tell them Scafidi from WTMJ sent you.
I'll say it again. Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. And what that means is wherever we go, we make it better for those in need of our services and the great people we have working with us. Our reputation matters. It matters to us, and it should matter to you. We believe that operating with integrity will set us apart from our competitors, and that this attracts people to us that share these same values. I say this because I want you to know when you work with Semper Fi, character counts. It's why you can count on the industry's hands-down best lifetime workmanship warranty that now includes free annual inspections. And it's why we always have one project manager per job, which is absolutely not the industry standard. When you're paying for a brand new roof to go on what's likely the biggest investment you have, you want it done right, and you want to be able to count on the people doing it. This is Brad Youngwith with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
Keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
And that's the best thing about Capital's AC Beyondification.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Hey, Merle, what you got? What's this? A screenplay?
Let me see this. Captain Capital, Heat and Air Hero.
That's so awesome, Merle.
Hang on. I've been writing a screenplay like this.
For years.
It's an epic, and it's Capital Man, not Captain Capital. Yes, of course he restores your air conditioner to like new condition.
Says here, Captain Capital has a deep clean device.
Aha! Capital Man deep cleans your system with his laser beam hands.
What?
I'm developing a sidekick. He always does the comprehensive safety checks. You wrote yourself in as the sidekick?
As long as it gets across how Capital's AC Beyondification saves the day.
And how you want to do it before summer hits.
Well, that's the whole point.
That's what I'm saying.
Then it's great.
Laura, Seth, I need a moment with Merle, please.
Schedule your AC Beyondification today online at callcapitalcares.com.
Park and rides are not a place to live. That is the clear message from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. They are threatening to ticket or tow people that are living in a growing encampment just off of I-94. There's actually a couple of places. And Julia, you visited one of these lots today.
Yes, I physically went there. There's two off College Avenue, off 94, and the largest is off Holt. And I went to the Holt location. If you text 855-616-1620, text WATCH to our text and call line to see the photos that I took. I thought, how bad could it be? Well, it looks like some people have lived there for years, and it's only been a few months. There's a little bit of scrap yard next to one of the campers, a little yard that someone else made, maybe 5 spaces, car spaces, and it's like their little concrete backyard, and there's junk all over. Some people are very neat. Park and rides are meant to catch someone else in a carpool or reduce congestion if you approach a city like Milwaukee and find public transportation, not to live there. So I went over to the tents that are sitting right under the state law sign that says you cannot stay there. Tamika tells me she doesn't want to be there either.
To leave this park and ride and never return, and that would be my biggest hope and dream. Retain reliable transportation, and I'm all out of help. I helped a lot of people, and I didn't get it back in return. So, you know what I'm saying?
She was in tears. She was in a tiny tent, and she had her head wrapped and an emergency room patient band on her right wrist. But her health seemed to be the least of her worries today. A little bigger 4x4 tent right next to her, about 15 feet away, I found Sarah and Zach. Here are their hopes.
Have a house and win the lottery.
They said they want to be anywhere but where they are right now, and this is what they heard about the May 16th deadline to leave.
Yeah, they said that supposed to be happening like May something, but somehow that they said that was put on hold.
I heard it was put on hold, but I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
I shouldn't be here. Me personally, no, I should not be here.
So the takeaway, I don't know if you're hearing this, John, they don't want to be there either.
Yeah.
They're just in a really tough spot. So I reached out to the DOT. They just got back to me less than an hour ago. They told me that May 16th deadline, they wouldn't use the word hold like they would, but there will be a removal of abandoned property. So you know how there's junk everywhere?
Yeah.
They're gonna try to clean that up. And they want to evaluate everybody and make sure that they all promise to leave and find out the exact date. Milwaukee County Housing Services is helping. The DOT says so far they've helped 45 people find transitional housing so far. And one lady was in their exact position 4 years ago. I interviewed her a long time ago in 2020. Her name was Bertha Nance. She had a credit score of 503. She retrofitted her van to live into a little home, was planning to live in it, then it broke down. She was homeless. Today she's a homeowner. I'll share how she did it to give some hope coming up at 522.
Are they sad? Are they overwhelmed? I could hear some of it in their voices, but you look them in the eye.
Tamika was definitely upset, and it seemed like the couple that they were a little more in high spirits, but Tamika looked like she had health issues. And she's in this little tent outside.
So the Milwaukee Rescue Mission and other places in town tell us that they have beds available. Why do the people choose this route versus choosing to try transitional housing or a homeless shelter or somewhere like that?
I don't know. I was trying to get them to even talk to me, so that's why I shared, what are your hopes? What are your dreams? And then I let Tamika kind of open up. And it seems like, it can really happen to anyone. It was pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, it's a sad situation for sure. All right, we'll look forward to the other part of the story coming up at 5:22. It is 3:28 at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Mixed bag today. The NASDAQ was up 48 points. The Dow was off 81. The S&P was down 1 point. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Good news, bad news. The good news, inflation today is nothing like it's been in the past few years. The bad news, lower inflation doesn't mean lower prices. Inflation only records the size of price increases. When it goes down, prices are still higher than they were before. In fact, a recent study showed investors still consider inflation their single biggest threat to their investment and retirement plans. We don't blame you if you're concerned about how inflation might affect your legacy, your financial freedom, or your confidence. It's time to meet with the team at Annex Wealth Management for investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. Annex is a fee-only fiduciary. We'll review what you own. We'll work together to build a plan that's right for you and your family. And we'll guide you on your way to achieving the kind of retirement you desire. Whatever's kickstarting your questions, market volatility, global unrest, an upcoming presidential election, or stubborn inflation, it's time to know the difference. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here with spring here and the warmer temps in the air. This is a great time to be doing all the fun outdoor stuff, right? Like the hiking, the biking, maybe going to the lake. But if your joints are flaring up, you may be having second thoughts maybe about hitting those 18 holes. Well, if you're tired of the achy joints, here's what you do. You call QC Kinetics. Do it before you agree to surgery or steroids or any other medication. It's what tens of thousands of patients are doing. Take Abby, for instance. Constant back pain. She had nonstop ice packs, steroids. It was exhausting for her, but thanks to QC Kinetics, Abby feels like a new person. No back pain thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Call QC Kinetics. I'd love to be talking about your story next, your lasting relief with no downtime. Call QC Kinetics. Consultation is free. Hear about it now. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics.
Traffic is sponsored by T-Han Greenhouses in Oak Creek. Buy direct and local for all of your garden plants.
T-Han Greenhouses in Oak Creek. Come shop and see the beautiful hanging baskets and deck-ready potted plants and vegetable plants, too. T-Han Greenhouses. Buy direct from the grower. T-Han.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm John Mercure. A peaceful end to a 2-week protest.
I'm Julia Fellow. What would you do without childcare?
I'm Debbie Lazaga. 41 southbound, right about at Highway 60. We still have that right lane closed because of this crash. It looks like it's a car that went rolling off the roadway and all the way into the embankment, down into the bushes. So just be extra careful if you're heading past that. That's why you're seeing those delays. Luckily, though, the left lane is open for you to get through. Southbound on 41, heading down through the Zoo interchange to get onto 94 eastbound. We are looking at an accident there. That is off on the right shoulder on that ramp. So that's going to be making things a little bit more interesting for you. On southbound 43, a little heavy from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol, from Fond du Lac down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Doesn't really let up until you get closer to about Cleveland Avenue or the KK River crossing. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Looks like the most severe storms are getting out of here. Slight chance of more showers tonight. The low will be 47. Tomorrow, a slight chance of rain. To our south, mostly cloudy and breezy. A high of 50 for the lake and 61 inland.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, pro-Palestinian encampments will be gone by tomorrow at UW Milwaukee.
The Palestine lawn coming to an end at UW Milwaukee. Student organizer Amin Atta from UWM for Palestine Coalition tells WTMJ.
It's a resounding victory for the student movement locally and nationwide. It's a testament to the strength of the students. We've been trying for months, and it was only through this encampment that we were able to get a lot of those things.
He also says,
this has been a historic third space for people, for the community. I think that that's a natural feeling of just love for the space that we built and, not having the physical space anymore. But I think the message is that, the movement lives on.
From UW Milwaukee, Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee Public Schools wants input from students and their families and staff on the district's strategic plan. Today marks the beginning of a series of meetings to get that feedback. Speaking at the MPS STEM Fair, parent Alyssa Cooks tells TMJ4 News.
I hope that the money that they receive from the referendum will be used to just increase equity and increase the greatness that could be our school system.
The next meeting will be held tonight at 5:30, again at 6:30, and can be attended virtually.
What would you do as a parent if you had no place to watch your kids during the workday? Today marks National Day Without Childcare. Corrine Hendrickson, owner of Corrine's Little Explorers Child Care Center in New Glarus, tells Spanning the State that having childcare is an issue that affects everyone, whether you have children or not.
You are a colleague who is working twice as hard because there's missing employees, because there's no childcare. If you are upset because you want to go to your favorite restaurant for lunch, but they're closed because they don't have staff, it's because there's no childcare. And so, a lot of people don't think about the extra ways that the ripple effect happens.
We will discuss the economics of childcare when an expert joins us at 4:45.
The MMAC and United Healthcare are committing more than $500,000 of scholarships to students whose career path includes a profession in healthcare.
It's really an investment in our future.
MMAC Senior Advisor Tim Sheehy on the 6-year commitment that will support 30 students from public, charter, and choice schools.
Companies are having such a difficult time filling job openings, and no place is that pressure greater than in the healthcare environment.
The scholarship program will be run by All in Milwaukee.
So hopefully they'll matriculate into hospitals and other places here to provide healthcare in the future. So it's a little bit of paying it forward.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
The application window for the next class of scholars will open in late fall of this year.
Making it easier to fly overseas, Milwaukee International hosting Global Entry enrollment in June. Global Entry is the U.S. Customs program that gives travelers expedited clearance arriving on international flights across the U.S. Enrollment is good for 5 years, includes TSA pre-check, and costs $100. Scheduling for appointments opens Friday, May 17th, with interviews being held June 11th through the 14th. Travelers must have their conditional approval to complete the enrollment.
An air quality alert in effect right now for much of central and northern Wisconsin. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore says it's because of a familiar issue from last summer.
The reason why we have these is actually some Canadian wildfire smoke that's dipped south. You might have noticed it over the weekend as well because it has been hanging in the atmosphere the last couple of days from some early season wildfires off to the north.
While some of the smoke could reach our area, it's not expected to affect our ground level.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. After taking 3 of 4 against the Cardinals, the Brewers welcome in the Pirates for game 1 of a 3-game set tonight. Coverage at 6:05 on WTMJ. And the Milwaukee Admirals advanced to the second round of the Calder Cup playoffs after a Mother's Day win over the Texas Stars.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 3:35.
This report is sponsored by Truestone Financial, your neighborhood credit union. Visit truestone.org today.
Whether you're an accomplished DIYer or a proud do-it-for-meer, give your home an upgrade with a home equity loan from Truestone Financial. With rates as low as 5.99% APR and for a limited time, no closing costs. Your Truestone home equity loan is do-anything financing that makes your home more just the way you wanted her. It's your house. Go nuts. It's true, because we're Truestone. Improve your pad at truestone.org. Terms and conditions apply. Closing cost offer not valid with competing offers or promotions. Equal housing opportunity.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Since 1955, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Hey, don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
All right, we've been talking about the encampments at UW-Madison. They, of course, are at Columbia. At UWM, they are taking this stuff down. They're breaking it down. By tomorrow, it has to be all done. Good Karma Brands' Jason Smith is with us in the studio. Was real interested, Jason, to get your perspective. You're a more recent college guy than me for sure. Just a couple more years than Julia.
Yeah.
What's your take on what's been happening with these encampments popping up on college campuses?
I think it's the fact that it's been everywhere. The fact that it's been everywhere. Like at first I was thinking it was only at Madison and Milwaukee. Then you go and look, it's all around the country. All around the country. I think that, first off, they have the right to protest. I do believe that they have the right to protest because I believe if it was on the other foot, we would. They have the right to. I think both sides have the access to First Amendment. I mean, even if we look at other political or other protests, like, for example, the abortion, on one side, one time I turn my head, I see people saying, my body, my choice. I live right by Shank Hall, and every single day I drive past on Farwell, I see the against abortion protests. So I believe that both sides should be able to have what they want to say. And me personally, speaking to the protesters, a couple protesters who were actually doing it, I think miscommunication is a big key. People don't really understand what they're fighting for. They're really fighting for UWM to condemn both sides, as in to cease fire, to stop it. They really want it to end. It's not that they're saying, oh, they're pro-Hamas. It's not being pro-Hamas. Everybody think it's pro-Hamas. They are saying ceasefire, let's end this. There's no point for this. That's what they're saying.
I'm not sure that messaging was really good.
Yeah,
to be honest with you with this one.
Yeah, they could have. They could have done a better, because like sleeping and camping out on the it's a little different, you know what I'm saying? It is a little different, but the fact that UWM is working with them, I do like that, how they're not just condemning the students, they're working with the students. I do think the students were asking a lot when they was asking UWM to just cut all ties with every single company that works with Israel.
And UWM doesn't even have the authority to do that. They are governed by a board of regents and a system. Here's my issue with it. I think I agree with you. They have the right to protest.
Yeah.
But when you're on a public university and there are other students that are paying a lot of money to go to school there, and you're blocking the quad, you're blocking getting into buildings, You're being disruptive. What about the rights of the people who don't want to protest? Do we need to think about those people's rights?
That's a good point. And that's why I believe that it could have been done differently. They could have protested differently. But I do think the fact that they're meeting with the UWM Foundation and UWM Foundation is willing to hear their side and willing to hear, and the fact that they said, okay, we'll stop. We're not going to interfere with the commencement ceremonies that's about to be going on. And if they do interfere, they'll be hit with citations. So I like the fact that UWM they are giving the students a voice. However, yes, it could have been done differently, and a lot of things could have been done differently. A lot of things could have been done better. But these are kids, you know what I'm saying? And they are emotional. They have strong opinions on this, and yeah, they trying to get their voice to be heard, and they want action to be done. But I do believe that they have to. Could have been a different way.
Do you think that it could affect the way that generation votes coming up?
Without question, because I mean, a lot of people, especially like my generation, as we're getting into this political climate or this political atmosphere, this is all new to us. Like, yeah, we knew stuff growing up, but we don't really know too much until now. So I think it would definitely affect them because their minds is different with this.
So, Jason, I keep thinking about 9/11. So after 9/11, we were attacked, just like Israel was attacked by Hamas. They say it was their 9/11. If someone came into this country and said to us, you need a ceasefire, you shouldn't go after the terrorists, you shouldn't go into Afghanistan, you should have a ceasefire, and other countries and people tried to tell us what to do, I think we would lose our mind. And basically, that's what we're asking Israel to do.
I do agree. I think it's tough because the war is first off, it's so long. It's been going on for so long, and it's over the land. And I think that people think that Hamas is speaking for all of Palestine. I think that's the miscommunication. Hamas is speaking for their political movement, but they're not speaking for all of Palestine because Hamas is the ones who caused the
terrorist attack. Yeah, they're considered terrorists by the UN.
Yeah,
yes.
they went to Israel and killed, I think, the 1,200 people in October.
Yes.
And that's kind of what kicked this all off. So, I mean, it's a tough situation. I think it's a very sensitive situation. I think that's the thing. It's so sensitive.
Well, it's really good perspective coming from someone,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like I'm a little more distant with
For sure.
what they're thinking about.
Do you personally know anybody that protested? Or camping out?
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of the students camping out because one of my friends, he's a film major at UWM right now. And I talked to a couple of them, and that's what they were telling me was they were trying to get the message out about peace and about harmony and stuff like that. Some of them. Now, some of them are not about peace or harmony. Some of them, honestly, don't even want to cease fire. Like, in all honesty, some of them don't even want to cease fire. So it's two perspectives. It's a couple different perspectives from a couple different students. But I do believe that next time something like this happens, it'll be probably more thought out. It'll be done a little differently.
Jason Smith, he produces Dr. Ken Harris's show, and you hear him on all of our platforms here at Good Karma Brands. Great perspective, Julius Wright. Thank you so much for being with us.
For sure. Thank you.
It is 3:43 at WTMJ. So the Trump trial has wrapped for the day. They're back tomorrow morning. They are done. It was the first day of Michael Cohen on the stand. What you need to know about what happened today. We are live in New York. Up next on WTMJ.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our Retirement Ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
Get ready to reach new heights with EAA AirVenture Oshkosh. It returns July 22nd through the 28th. Witness breathtaking aerobatic air shows each day, explore family-friendly activities, and discover thousands of aircraft. And don't miss the night air shows. I love the night air shows. They are super cool. Wednesday and Saturday night. And back performing this year, this is cool, the Canadian Forces Snowbirds. The Snowbirds. Experience the thrill of flight and make memories that will last a lifetime at EAA AirVenture Oshkosh. And thanks to Boeing, youth age 18 and under are free. Get your tickets at eaa.org/tickets. It's EAA AirVenture. We'll be broadcasting there actually on the Friday of EAA. It's going to be awesome. It's eaa.org/tickets.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
One of the best things about being in business for 25 years is having clients recommend AccuNet to their now adult children for help buying their first homes. That's how I connected with Dan and Allison, and let me tell you, they were fast learners. They quickly embraced our most powerful tool for winning offers, Appraisal Wiggle Room. Their first offer was $15,000 over asking and included a provision which AccuNet guaranteed they could afford to make, that they would still pay the higher offer price even if the appraised value came in up to $15,000 short. The result? Accepted offer versus several others on the very first try. And by the way, if the appraisal had come in $15,000 short, which it did not, Dan and Allison would have needed exactly $0 extra at the closing table. If you think all mortgage lenders are the same, think again. Go with a multi-generation mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GIFT for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's promo code GIFT.
$1, just $1 over cost, and you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. Our only requirements is we put them on for you. Available at all 5 Griffin stores. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Traffic is sponsored by the Delafield Brewhouse Restaurant and Brewery. Visit delafieldbrewhouse.com for daily specials.
April showers bring May flowers, but spring brings Bach, My Bach. The Delafield Brewhouse just tapped their own vintage gold medal winning My Bach. Drink ale, live lager at the Delafield Brewhouse. DelafieldBrewhouse.com.
Traffic and weather. Let's get a look at the roads. Hey, Deb.
Hey there. We've got southbound 41 still having with this accident at Highway 60. The right lane is blocked with this. It's a car that went way off into the embankment, so give them a wide berth. Let them take care of what needs to get taken care of. We have an accident southbound 41 on the ramp to 94 eastbound, off on the right shoulder. It's just before that ramp. And then we've also got some delays along eastbound 94 all the way through the Stadium interchange starting at about 76th Street. Westbound side, backing up out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Westbound 894 as per usual. Yep, we got delays right out of the Mitchell all the way to about 68th Street with that construction zone. And then on 43, northbound's backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Keefe. Southbound from Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive and then back on the brakes from Fond du Lac down through the Marquette interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, the showers get out of here. A few showers tonight. The low will be 46 degrees. Tomorrow, showers early, decreasing clouds, cool and breezy. The high will be 54 at the lake, 64 inland. Wednesday, sunny. You get to see the sun. The high will be 61 at the lake, 69 inland. Thursday, increasing clouds, chance of showers, 65 at the lake, 71 inland. Friday, a slight chance of showers throughout the day. The high will be 68 degrees.
The Trump trial has wrapped for the day. Michael Cohen, described as the prosecution's star witness, was on the stand today. Jurors are on their way home. Donald Trump has now left the courthouse. This is what he said just moments ago outside the courthouse.
This is a scam. I think it's a terrible thing that's happening to democracy in this country.
Donald Trump went on to once again attack the judge. It's interesting, he's taking a different tactic. So he's been admonished in the past for saying things that violate the gag order. Now he's reading what other people are saying that agree with him 1,000%. People from social media, people from news accounts, right-leaning legal analysts.
So
and
to
he's
kind
reading
of
it, attacking the judge.
circumvent the gag order.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dave Packer is in New York. He's been monitoring this activity all day long. Dave, good afternoon. Thanks for being here.
Oh, yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, this has been quite a day. Michael Cohen testifying.
And this is what everybody's been expecting, sort of. I mean, aside from the Stormy Daniels, this was the really sort of star witness for the prosecution. And I think that the testimony today didn't disappoint. We heard all of the the details about what happened just prior to the 2016 election when that Access Hollywood tape had dropped, and then the prospect of this Stormy Daniels story coming out on top of that. Cohen testifying that Trump didn't believe that he could win with women if that came out, and so to do anything they could to keep Stormy Daniels quiet. They engineered this whole hush money payment, and then we talked about the paper trail in court today, and we saw evidence of bank statements and the creation of a shell company, an account started in that company's name that they told the bank was going to be for consulting services, but in fact was created with the sole purpose of paying off Stormy Daniels.
Cohen is a convicted liar, though. Once the defense takes over, do you think that he's going to be demolished?
Listen, I mean, that is the crux of the defense's argument. Should we should we send somebody, well, I don't know, to jail, or to certainly, we don't want to make someone a felon based on the testimony of someone who else is a felon, who has admitted to lying, has lied in court before, and has admitted to it. So, the idea for the prosecution in laying out this case was to have other people testify, and we heard all the testimony leading up the last couple of weeks to Cohen. Why not have him testify right off the bat? I mean, well, he's corroborating what other people have said who don't have felony convictions. So the idea is to say, okay, don't necessarily believe him, but his story matches up with what these other witnesses are saying. Now, again, the prosecution is going to come in and say, all we have is what Cohen said, and we can't believe Cohen, and he's a felon, so he has no credibility. That's going to be their case, and we'll have to see who the jury believes.
It's day one of testimony with Michael Cohen, expected to last several days. Did he appear credible?
Well, if you walked into that courtroom and didn't know about his baggage, you would say, okay, this guy seems reasonable. This guy seems to know what he's talking about. He seemed calm. He seemed to be very conversational with the prosecution, and he seemed to be very forthcoming. And again, the jury's going to weigh that versus what we're going to find on cross-examination when they try to make that case about Cohen not having any credibility. And it'll be interesting to see how his demeanor is on the stand under that. I know you can imagine he's rehearsed quite a bit with the prosecution, but the defense, and we've seen the defense with previous witnesses with Stormy Daniels kind of go right for the jugular, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is anything different.
How irritated did Trump look, or did he try to have a stone face?
There was a bit of that stone face. It was kind of looking straight ahead, not certainly making eye contact with Michael Cohen. We also saw him closing his eyes, as he's done in the past before, where he says he's taking it all in. Other people have said he's nodding off. You could whatever's really happening. But he's shuffling papers and kind of looking at papers and circling things on papers, almost as if he's getting some other work done, maybe to just send the message that I'm really not interested in what this witness is saying on the stand.
So part of the crux of Cohen's testimony is that he paid hush money and then it was recorded illegally. You laid that out earlier, Dave. Today he testified that he sent a check that said retainer and actually was hush money. How damaging was today's testimony to Donald Trump?
Well, I think, especially we heard tape earlier that was presented in the case to the jury. And, this evidence showed Donald Trump discussing this payment how this payment had to go forward so that he could move on with the election. And so I think it's damaging. But again, this is what the defense is going to try and knock down. Objectively, again, this is a case that is kind of technical, and it has to do with what payments were intended for. So I think not only do we have to establish that payments were made in this paper trail, but, what was the intention? And that's another thing that the jury has to decide. The intention that the prosecution is saying is this is to affect the results of a presidential election.
So the two key witnesses, according to many folks, are believed to be Stormy Daniels, who already testified, and Michael Cohen, who's testifying today. During the Stormy Daniels testimony, defense attorneys interrupted a lot. They objected. They didn't like where things went. The judge even seemed irritated. Was there any of that today, or was it more free-flowing with prosecutors pursuing their line of questioning?
No, it was more definitely more free-flowing. And, again, Michael Cohen is a lawyer. He sort of knows the ins and outs. And I think that he knew what he wanted to say and how he wanted to say it. I think he's the type of person who can be tough when he wants to, but I think he has the skill to be able to modulate himself in a courtroom setting. Again, he has, outside of the court, he hasn't made a secret of his hatred of Donald Trump, and the defense will contend that he's actually profited off of that, sort of trying to make money off of this whole thing, and that'll be another way that they try to attack his credibility.
And one more thing, Dave, I saw that Trump shook his head when Cohen said he was disappointed to not be considered for the top White House job. I found that interesting that the prosecution asked that. Maybe that was the defense trying to maybe take the wind out of the sails of the defense, saying, this is why you're testifying, because you didn't get a job in the White House. What did you think about Trump's reaction to that?
Well, I think, and again, you're right. They're trying to soften up the defense's arguments by basically laying it out before the defense gets a chance to have a moment with that. So, but in terms of Trump, it's interesting. We saw him. I don't know if you saw. There was a point where Cohen was talking about. He was upset that he didn't get his usual bonus, that it was cut by 2/3 right after he had laid the money out for Stormy Daniels. And when he was talking about how he felt slighted about that, you almost saw a slight smirk on Donald Trump's face at that point. So, putting a real exclamation point on the fact that there's really no love lost between these two people.
Dave Packer, ABC News New York. Dave, thank you so much for the update.
You bet. Take care.
Thank you.
It is 3:56 at WTMJ. Business headlines. Here's Teddy Nykel at the Milwaukee Business Journal.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
A new 7 Brew coffee drive-thru is planned to open in the village of Mount Pleasant in July. This will make a total of 3 7 Brew shops in southeast Wisconsin, with more growth from the brand expected in the state in the years to come. A stir-fry grill and fried chicken restaurant called Lava Grill and Wings is seeking a home in Wauwatosa on Mayfair Road in the space formerly occupied by Dr. Dog. The city's plan commission is considering the concept this evening. As part of Microsoft's $3.3 billion AI data center investment in southeast Wisconsin, the company is opening a lab within UWM. The first-of-its-kind lab will focus on helping manufacturers leverage artificial intelligence. I'm Teddy Nykel with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Sponsored by Grandview Homes, the name you know, the name you trust. GrandviewHomes.com.
We asked people why they sold their homes to Grandview Homes instead of using a real estate agent.
I decided that spending the time and money to rehab the unit and sell it through conventional means was not in my best interest. They give you a fair price offer, close quickly, and pay promptly. The process with Grandview was virtually effortless.
Whether you have a hard-to-sell home, want a stress-free sale, or simply need to sell your home fast, Grandview Homes is the name you know and the name you can trust. Visit GrandviewHomes.com to discover the easiest and fastest way to sell a home.
Doesn't it seem like you never have anything to wear? That's why I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Whether it's a designer top, jeans, an adorable skirt, or cute accessories, I always seem to find something I like. And at prices I love. Gently used women's clothing and accessories for far less than you thought possible. At St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
John Mercure here for Annex Wealth Management. Volatility, inflation that's not going away, global unrest, and a presidential election in November. That's why it's time to have a strong partner. You'll get that with Annex Wealth Management. You and your family deserve an investment and retirement plan that's well-crafted, efficient, and focused on your goals. Annex works to help you get to the retirement you desire. Annex is a fiduciary all of the time, not just some of the time. They're required to operate in your best interest. They don't sell a thing. That means no commission products, ever. Their job is to provide excellence when it comes to investment and retirement planning, along with tax and estate planning. Annex is a local independent firm with a focus on helping you achieve the retirement you desire and the retirement you deserve. Start the conversation with Annex. It only takes a couple of minutes. Do what we did. We hit the Get Started button years ago at annexwealth.com. That's Annex Wealth Management. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. Beautiful new headquarters in Brookfield, northern Illinois, Florida, or as close as your computer. It's Annex Wealth Management.
For your next night out, make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel, your dinner destination. Aria, nestled on the second floor of St. Kate, is an artful dining experience that captivates with its culinary creativity. Delighting in its offering of artisanal American cuisine, the restaurant transcends tradition and leans into the realm of playful and inventive flavors. Come and experience the magic of Aria, where every bite is a work of culinary artistry. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com.
Traffic is sponsored by SB Framing Gallery, Milwaukee's distinctive archival framing.
SB Framing Gallery in the 3rd Ward can enhance and protect your artwork for generations. Framing pieces with archival and distinctive design. Learn more at sbframinggallery.com.
It's time for another NL Central throwdown at American Family Field.
Myers kicks, delivers, and a swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by him at 95 and Tobias Myers.
The Brewers and Pirates face off with coverage starting tonight at 6:05 on your home of the Milwaukee Brewers. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 4:01. I'm John Mercure. Your top story, knowing where to submit your absentee ballots.
I'm Julia Fellow, making Narcan more accessible.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Still have a crash on 41 southbound right at Highway 60. The right lane is closed. It's a car that went off into the embankment, so be careful with that. We've also got a crash now on the off-ramp to Ryan Road from northbound 94, so heads up with that. Delays otherwise pretty much everywhere else. Southbound 894 south of Greenfield Avenue down and around the Hale interchange. Going to be slow all the way to about 92nd Street. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, slight chance for showers, a low of 47. Tomorrow, rain, a high of 61 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, decision Wisconsin, a pivotal state Supreme Court hearing concerning ballot boxes.
Less than 2 years ago, the court's conservative majority ruled voters casting absentee ballots would not be able to drop them in boxes located anywhere except the offices of election clerks. Now that court's liberal majority will hear oral arguments to resolve whether the 2022 ruling was incorrectly decided. Under that ruling, only the state legislature has the power to enact laws and policy regarding absentee ballot drop boxes, and not the Wisconsin Elections Commission. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The ransomware attack at Ascension Hospital is causing patients to spend more time in the hospital than necessary. WTMJ's Vince Vetrano knows a 91-year-old patient that's still stuck in there because he's awaiting lab tests.
The transfer occurs all via computer. Here's this patient, here are his specs. We transfer him over to your care. Well, not having any computers, they weren't able to do that. So for a number of reasons, he's been kind of stuck in the hospital for days longer than he would like to have been.
The company would not say if they paid any ransom. The FBI is aware of the situation. Ascension, by the way, has hospitals across the country.
The city of Racine has a new way to make Narcan more accessible. They're going to mail it to people.
Narcan is a life-saving medication that can reverse an overdose from opioids. The Racine Health Department wants it in the hands of more people.
Over the past 3 years, we've seen, just in the city of Racine alone, we've seen 96 individuals who have overdosed and died due to opioids.
Cody Pierce is a community health director for Racine. He says everyone should have a kit mailed to them.
You may come across somebody who is overdosing in a fast food restaurant bathroom or gas station bathroom or in a walk in a park. So even if you don't feel that you may need it, there could be a day that you do.
The Narcan Hope Kits are free. They contain 2 doses of Narcan nasal spray, fentanyl test strips, and a CPR mask. Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
A warning from the FDA to stay away from using a certain brand of at-home COVID tests.
It may have been a while since you've even thought about COVID, but it's still around, and in fact, there's a new variant called Flirt popping up, causing some worry that there could be a summer rise, but it's a relatively mild variant. But if you have any of those old at-home COVID tests left, or if you do buy more, the FDA says don't use COVID tests made by Q Health. The FDA says Q Health made some modifications to its tests, which reduced reliability, increasing the chances of getting a false result. Alex Stone, EBC News.
Milwaukee Public Schools asking for feedback from students, families, and district staff on its strategic plan throughout the month. Speaking at the MPS STEM Fair, parent Melanie Geiger tells TMJ4 News she's worried about the future of district programs.
It was a disappointment to see that the kids could lose special curricular activities and gym and art and music programs and things that are necessary for the kids to succeed in life.
One meeting today already in the books. The next will be held at 5:30 virtually.
Coming up, a famous weather forecaster is now a dad.
Citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 4:05.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live, which is an active one.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside.
For the first time, our whole house actually feels like the same climate.
And no drafts. It's a game changer.
Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella. And if you order today, you get 0% interest for up to 48 months. When it comes to replacing or upgrading your windows and doors, you want to be confident about your decisions. With Pella Design Works, you can see what your home could look like before you buy. Black frame windows or white, vinyl, wood, or fiberglass. Bring your vision to life and rest assured it's the perfect style for your home. Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
We've all experienced that feeling of lacing up a brand new pair of shoes.
And for some reason, it always felt like new shoes made you run faster, jump higher, and of course, look better.
Yeah, it was almost magical.
A brand new set of tires on your car or truck will instantly give you that same magical feeling.
Courtney, I couldn't agree with you more. A new set of treads always makes your vehicle look better, but more importantly, allows you to stop faster and grip the road a whole lot better.
Which is necessary when the weather is bad and driving conditions are poor. You'll appreciate having the extra traction.
Remember, there isn't a tire brand on the planet we can't get.
Everything from Goodyear Continental and Kelly to Dunlop General and Pirelli. If we sell it, we install it.
Plus, every tire we sell automatically comes with free flat tire repair. So be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
Citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 4:07.
Punxsutawney Phil, the famous groundhog that predicts your weather, will have 6 more weeks of winter or an early spring, according to his shadow. He had 2 babies with his wife, Phyllis.
The first family of groundhogs has grown. Punxsutawney Phil and wife Phyllis have 2 kits of their own. Born to royalty, a boy and a girl. Names have been chosen to share with the world. Welcome with us as we say hello to little girl Sunny and a boy, Shadow.
The Groundhog Club insists that Phil has fathered for 138 years.
Oh, my God. That's craziness. Okay, time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. It's Brewers Pirates tonight, 6:05 on WTMJ. And the Admirals advance in the playoffs after a Mother's Day win over the Texas Stars.
Citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 4:08.
This report is sponsored by All Right Home and Remodeling. If you want it done right, call All Right.
At All Right, we are proud to be a third-generation, family-owned company. What's been really neat is seeing our previous customers' kids, now homeowners, continue to rely on us, like Sam, a second-generation All Right customer.
For my husband and I, family is more important than anything. So hiring a contractor that treats us just like part of their family is an easy choice.
Learn more at ALLRITE remodeling.com.
All right, home and remodeling.
Start summer with the fastest weekend of the year at America's National Park of Speed, Road America. The XPEL Grand Prix presented by AMR June 6th through June 9th. America's fastest open-wheel cars return to Road America for one of the IndyCar's premier events, including Indy NXT USF Pro 2000 and Vintage Indy. Make it a full weekend. Great campsites are available. Kids under 16 get in free with paying adults. IndyCar at America's National Park of Speed, Road America. Tickets at roadamerica.com.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here are your hosts, John McCure and Julia Fellow.
Hey, we got a special guest in the studio.
Yes.
This is Oliver with Jennifer Smea. Oh my gosh, did you hear the kids? Oh, he is so cute.
Oliver. Say hello. Super skinny, beautiful cat.
Beautiful.
Jennifer with the Wisconsin Humane Society Milwaukee campus. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell me about little Oliver?
Oliver was surrendered to us when his owner passed away. It was super sad. The family didn't know what to do. Yeah, buddy, it's okay. The family didn't know what to do, and that often happens when you have an elderly pet owner. They don't have a plan set in place. That's another thing that we ask people. Be sure to write down what you want done with your pet if something were to happen to you. You don't always think about planning for your pets, but they do outlive us, unfortunately. So he was surrendered to us. He's 14, so he's in his twilight years as well. But he is also a super happy, fun guy. He's got a lot of life left in him.
He's very chill.
So he is. Yeah, he's a good lap sitter. He gives hugs. Anybody who wants a snuggly cat, this is your guy.
Definitely do plans. If anything happens and you're at end of life, make sure that your pets are taken care of.
For sure. Yeah, no doubt. So does it take a special sort of person to take in a cat that's in the twilight or a dog that's in the twilight of their life? It's much different, obviously, than having a kitten or a puppy.
Yeah. While you don't have to deal with the training issues and some of those frustrations, often you do have to deal with health concerns. So what we do at Haas out in Waukesha is we tell people we've got support for you. And sometimes the adoptions, like for our little guy here, we're not going to charge for an adoption. He's a not perfect but worth it, as we call it. And we want you to know that you're going to get into some extra issues. And as pets get older, just like us, we have health concerns that we have to deal with. And he is going to need his regular vet visits. He may need some meds, that kind of thing.
He talks a lot. He's got a lot to say.
He's also going to have a lot of fun, and he still is very playful, and that's why he's making noise, because he wants to get down on the floor and play a little bit more than I'm letting him. So, So
Jennifer with the Humane Animal Welfare Society. Oh, he wants to get away. Oliver's very active.
What do you love about cats, Jennifer?
I love their independence, and I love their take no guff attitude. You usually have a cat that's doing life on their terms. They want to do what they want to do. And I just love that because they kind of teach us to roll with it, to not worry about, am I going to have attention now? It's like, just go with your life.
I'm really nervous. Where'd the cat go?
Yeah, he's just wandering.
I put my legs up.
The cat's right here.
Yeah, he won't jump up on you. I can promise you that. He's just going to sniff stuff.
He's a beautiful boy. Go over by Julia.
We have had Ted, the dog that has been adopted. Mm-hmm. Ronnie has been adopted.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Fluffy was adopted last month, but there was a turn of events.
Yeah, he was returned. Fluffy is sassy, and
he was fun though,
and he still is fun. He just needs a specific type of home, which is not unusual, especially when you have a small dog that has their personality. He kind of acts more like a cat sometimes than a dog. He wants his own life and his own thing. So, yeah, Fluffy's still looking, but we are sure Fluffy's going to find that right match. It's just going to be somebody he approves of.
You guys, look, Oliver's sitting. He's sitting looking out in the market. He's looking at the people walking by.
It's like, hello, come adopt me.
So
oh, my God, look at that lady right there. It's like they have a cat in the studio. We do.
Oliver
a beautiful cat.
is in mourning, I'm sure. Yeah, but he lost his owner.
For sure.
And he wants companionship.
All right, so what can people do? How do they find out what you guys have? Whoa, where's the cat?
Right here.
Okay. How? I can't even talk now. If people want to know what you have going on at Haas, what's the easiest way to do that?
Head to our website, hawspets.org. You can check out our adoptables. You can check out our events. You can check out getting involved, all sorts of things. Just go to hawspets.org.
Hawspets.org. More dogs or cats right now? available?
About equal.
Okay.
I would say we're getting into kitten season, so we're starting to see the real young kittens show up, and they come in, 6 at a time. So those numbers can go up pretty dramatically.
Beautiful. Long hair, a little bit of stripes, a white chest, and then black and brown back.
Look, he's sitting
Gorgeous.
looking out he's so beautiful. He's sitting looking out the window right there.
I love that.
He's looking for a nice big bay window to spend his life looking out of.
That's a great call. Pawspets.org. Jennifer Smaya, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Can't wait for what you bring next.
Yes.
Next month.
Yes. It's
Always a
4:14 at WTMJ.
It's like playing baseball in the house
Mom, Dad broke the window.
without the risk of
Again.
that. Every Thursday at 8:40, play virtual baseball on Wisconsin's Morning News. Step up to the virtual plate and test your mettle against the best.
Swing and a drive to right.
It's virtual baseball, presented by Siding Unlimited. Only played here on WTMJ.
Rose Gray from Fox World Travel here to bring you exciting news. In partnership with Globus, Insight Vacations, and Avalon Waterways, our 2025 Fox Group Vacations collection is now available. Whether you want to explore Europe, Hawaii, Asia, or beyond, by land or river, our award-winning Fox Group Vacation experts have handcrafted exclusive experiences for people seeking to explore the world. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Join us and make memories to last a lifetime.
John Mercure here for my friends at Dave Drake Camp Heating. They know that our climate can be all over the place. That means your home comfort system gets quite the workout. Constant adjustments need to be made to adapt to our volatile weather. It's just how it is. Wisconsin prepares you to be ready for anything because anything happens. Fear not, though, because for over 42 years, Dave Drake Camp Heating has lived here, too, right by our side, ready and prepared for when anything happens. Spring, summer, fall, or winter, even when they all seem to happen within the same week. Whenever you're experiencing your next home comfort dilemma, just call Dave Drake Camp Heating. For free estimates on new equipment, routine maintenance to ensure your system is ready for anything, or because you simply have a question about your home comfort, get in touch with the teams that I trust at Dave Drake Camp. 262-367-2820. That's the phone number, 262-367-2820. The best in the business, Dave Drake Camp Heating. Your comfort is their family's tradition. DaveDrakeCamp.com.
Traffic is sponsored by the Heiser Automotive Group. Come in and make that deal. Visit Heiser Automotive Group with 4 convenient locations or online at Heiser.com. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Lincoln, and Cadillac. Today's your day.
Traffic and weather, Debbie Lazaga. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, it looks like we've got an accident on 894 at 60th Street. It's on the eastbound side of 894, and the left lane is blocked. So that's going to be affecting your ride. You're going to start to see those delays pretty much coming out of the Hale interchange. Westbound, of course, we got the backups heading out of the Mitchell interchange with the construction zone there. Good news is the accident southbound 41 at the ramp to 94 eastbound has been cleared out of the way. And they're also still working on the other accident southbound 41 at Highway 60 with the right lane closed with that car that went off into the embankment. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, a few showers, a low of 46 degrees. Tomorrow, showers early in the day, a high of 64. Wednesday, nice. Sunny, a high of 69. On Thursday, increasing clouds, a high of 71. Friday, partly cloudy, a high of 73. In Milwaukee right now, it is 52 degrees. So not that long ago, well, I guess it was in the fall, I had a tick that was on me, and it scared the hell out of me. I was out working in the yard. I came inside, and I thought I had a scratch, and I scratched, and a tick fell off onto the ground. I almost fell onto the ground myself. And it was just on me. It wasn't in me, like it wasn't embedded. I was so freaked out that I could not sleep. The next day I went into the doctor, and Michelle's like, "There's not John, it was just sitting on you. It's fine." She had I made her have a magnifying glass. I made her get a bright light. I made her see if there was any part of the tick still in me. There wasn't, but I was so scared I went into the doctor and had to pay $300 so the doctor could say, "There's nothing in there.
Oh.
You're fine." So me and ticks, they scare me a lot. Marshfield Clinic is asking people to collect ticks and send them to them because they're trying to research the kind of ticks in Wisconsin. They want you to submit your ticks for a research study. So you're supposed to collect the ticks, put them in an envelope, and mail them. They say even if they're still alive.
Oh, my gosh. My husband's best friend got Lyme's disease.
Oh, my gosh.
The DNR
Yep.
wants to track you like a hawk.
See, I was afraid I had Lyme's disease. I have a little bit of hypochondriac in me. So let me get this right. Marshfield Clinic wants you to collect ticks and mail them to them alive in the mail. What could go wrong with that? Are we trying to kill the Postal Service?
Oh, no.
Seriously. Ticks are going to be crawling around the postal facilities now.
Adam Roberts said that you put the tick that attacked you in a Ziploc bag, too.
Oh, I did.
What did you do with it?
I brought it in so I could show it to people.
So everybody could get it, too?
Well, it was dead. Was it dead? Yeah, I think it was dead. Yeah, it was big. It was huge. It was really huge.
The smaller ones allegedly have the Lyme's disease.
Okay, well, I feel better then. I'm not part of this research. I'm not touching a tick. I'm not putting it in the mail. I'm not...
glad you itched. It was ready to embed in you.
Probably. So then I was afraid. I went to bed like the next week, afraid to be in the yard because I was afraid that there were going to be more ticks on me, and I just felt itchy. And if you'd like more information, get in touch with Marshfield Clinic, and you can mail your ticks to them and help make a difference. It is 4:20 at WTMJ. A couple of words here for one of my favorite places. It's where I buy my cars. It's Griffin, actually. Griffin Chevrolet. I'm going to talk about them for a little bit. Our last car we bought was a Blazer. It's stunning. It's beautiful. It's Griffin Chevrolet. Right now, 65 new vehicles in stock, ready to be delivered. Fresh selection at Griffin Chevrolet. For great used trucks and capable SUVs and budget vehicles, see Griffin Chevy in the Metro Auto Mall. GM certified models at $20,000. They've got the new ones, too. The all-new 2024 Chevy Traverse at Griffin Chevrolet, new body type. It looks great. The popular 2024 Chevy Equinox at Griffin Chevrolet. It's fantastic. They are your home for stylish and affordable vehicles like the Chevrolet Trax and the Trailblazer. Practical, efficient, and eye-catching, doesn't have to be expensive. Check it out at Griffin Chevrolet. They've got a spring special right now in the service department. Inspect and rotate your tires. Check your battery. Complete multi-point inspection. Check your heat. Change your wiper blades and air filter for $179.95. It's Griffin Chevrolet. Best service, best selection. It's Griffin.
And that's the best thing about Capital's AC Beyondification.
Absolutely.
I agree. Hey, Merle, what you got? What's this? A screenplay?
Let me see this. Captain Capital, Heat and Air Hero.
That's so awesome, Merle.
Hang on. I've been writing a screenplay like this.
For years.
It's an epic, and it's Capital Man, not Captain Capital. Yes, of course he restores your air conditioner to like new condition.
Says here, Captain Capital has a deep clean device.
Aha! Capital Man deep cleans your system with his laser beam hands.
What?
I'm developing a sidekick. He always does the comprehensive safety checks. You wrote yourself in as the sidekick?
As long as it gets across how Capital's AC Beyondification saves the day.
And how you want to do it before summer hits.
Well, that's the whole point.
That's what I'm saying.
Then it's great.
Laura, Seth, I need a moment with Merle, please.
Schedule your AC Beyondification today online at callcapitalcares.com.
We find the best way to protect and uphold the reputation of our business is to hire good people and then take care of them. We really do love the people that work for us, and we care about what's in their best interest. And what that means to you is this: who do you really want on your job? Someone who's maybe underpaid or doesn't feel appreciated, might not have paid vacations or great work benefits? Our folks have all of these things and more. Vito and I make sure they feel appreciated, because happy people do happy work. There's a culture we're building here at Semper Fi that brings respect back to a very hard job. And that's why we know that our crews are going to do the kind of work that you expect. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Today is a big day. It's a Fallen Officers Memorial out in Washington, D.C. Peter Jerving and others are being honored today out in Washington, D.C. It's what they're doing out there. It's what they do every year, and it's happening this year. And Patty and Doug Jerving are there, and they joined us in the studio not that long ago. And on this special day, we wanted to bring this back for you. Patty, I want to ask you about this past year because I think this really kind of captures what the rest of us have in our heart. How tough has this been? This is every parent's worst nightmare, literally.
I know I was numb for a long time, thinking it wasn't true, but it's sunk in now, you know. We miss him, but he did what he wanted to do. You know, it was his dream to be a police officer since he was 13, and it was just like him, you know, to do what he had to do to save somebody else's life.
37 years old.
Yeah,
much
too young.
He also won an MPD Life-Saving Award for providing care to a shooting victim, too. I mean, what a hero he is.
That night that they gave him that award, he told me that the police officers do that sort of thing every single day. They go out and risk their lives every single day when they put on their uniform, you know, because it's a very dangerous job. So, but he was very humble, and all these awards and medals that he's been awarded, he would be very humble, you know, to know that so many have honored him and called him a hero.
And he is for sure. Doug, I know this isn't easy, and I know time doesn't make it go away or make it easier, but does it bring you any sense of peace knowing that he was doing what he felt like he was born to do?
I know he was doing what he was born to, that he believed what he was doing was his calling. It wasn't just a job, an occupation or something. It was a visitation of the Lord, basically, you know. From the time he was a kid, I remember his mom telling him he was going to be a minister. Well, I don't think he really liked that idea, but that is what he became. He was a minister to the people he met out there in the streets, and that was his goal, was to be able to help kids who grew up in Milwaukee like he did, not having a whole lot, but trying to show them that there's a way to make your life important, valuable. Not that it isn't valuable inherently, but that you can do something important with your life.
What do you want people to know about your boy and the man that he was?
He was a great kid. He was a tough warrior, even as a child. He never cried when he hurt himself or when somebody else did, but he always stuck up for people who needed defense, and that's what he did all of his life, and that's what he did finally in the end. He stood up to a guy who would have killed his partner that night had Peter not intervened. The training that the police receive is that when the guns come out, you duck. You get into cover. Peter did not do that because he knew his partner's life was in danger. Instead, he ran into the battle.
Doug and Patty Jerving, who are in Washington today to honor their son at the Fallen Officers Memorial. Special day.
So moving, so special to have met them.
Yeah, you got that right. 427 at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Mixed day on the markets. Let's start with the positive. The NASDAQ was up 47 points on the day. The S&P down just 1 point. The Dow was off 81 points on the day. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Financial planning at every level. Details at annexwealth.com.
I'm living the life that I lived before I started having knee pain 10 years ago.
Meet Julie, a woman who makes the most of every moment in life. But over the last years, those moments were filled with agonizing pain until she discovered QC Kinetics.
Finally, the pain got so bad that people around me are like, oh, when are you getting your knee replaced? I was walking, hobbling. I listened to my last QC Kinetics commercial and I said, I'm done. I got to find out about this.
What Julie found out was that QC Kinetics treats pain associated with osteoarthritis with regenerative therapies, taking your body's own healing properties and concentrating them in the areas where you feel pain, helping heal and restore those damaged areas. No harmful steroids, surgery, or downtime.
It changed how I'm living. I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
Get back your life before the pain. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Are you backed up? Hey, it's okay. We all get a little backed up every now and then. And when that happens, you need a professional to get in there and blast out that blockage. Wait, you do know I'm talking about your pipes, right? At Mr. Holland's Home Services, we know from experience that a clogged drain is a big old pain. Left untreated, dirt, debris, and other sloppy sludge piles up in your pipes to form an annoying obstacle that prevents a steady flow of flushables. So if you're a little backed up, your drain that is, call Mr. Holland's Home Services. As long as we have an easy entry point, we can send a camera down your pipe to find the objectionable obstruction, and then we flush it out. Mr. Holland's Plumbing Prodigies have the training to get you draining. So don't get backed up. Take the strain off your drain and call 866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If you're feeling drained, we can help.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Tayback Law fights for those who fought for us. If you're a vet and have been wrongfully denied the VA benefits you're entitled to, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 4:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story, a $1 million bond set on Mother's Day.
I'm Julia Fellow. The tents are coming down in Milwaukee.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Crash still being worked on 41 southbound right at Highway 60. The right lane remains closed right now while they take care of this. It's a car that went off into the embankment. We got southbound on 41 also backed up from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. We've also got an accident eastbound 894 just about at 60th Street. The left lane is still blocked with this, so backups all the way back through the Hale interchange at this point. The westbound side slowing down out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to about 68th Street. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
We have some light rain right now, slight chance of more showers tonight. The low will be 47 degrees. Tomorrow, a chance of light rain to our south, mostly cloudy and breezy everywhere else. The high will be 54 at the lake and 61 inland.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the man charged with killing a mother of 10, making his first court appearance on Mother's Day. Gerard Stewart charged with first-degree reckless homicide in the death of Tamika Stewart. Police found Tamika Stewart's body in the trunk of her car near 29th and Ruby Avenue. Detectives tied Gerard to Tamika's death using a GPS tracking device he was wearing due to a domestic violence case in January. Tamika Stewart, also the victim in that case. His bond is now set at $1 million. A preliminary hearing is set for May 22nd.
UW-Milwaukee's pro-Palestinian encampments will be gone by tomorrow.
Along with the end of the UWM protests, the school year also entering its final days as students begin taking their final exams. Student organizer Amin Atta from the UWM for Palestine Coalition tells WTMJ.
It's an insane level of sacrifice from all the student organizers. All the students are dealing with finals, exams, projects, and to be working on this despite all of that, one of the most difficult, semesters for sure, but we're doing it for a purpose.
He says they will continue the fight.
We have a meeting as early as tomorrow with the foundation, with the chancellor. We are absolutely determined to not stop until we get divestment.
Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
Two of the agreements were for UWM to call for the ceasefire in Gaza and a condemnation of Hamas attack that killed Israelis last October.
Decision Wisconsin, a new job for former Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher.
I can assure you I'm not going to work for a think tank in D.C.
That was Gallagher on Wisconsin's Afternoon News in March. Now the former 8th District representative has accepted a position as Senior Strategic Advisor for Titletown Tech in Green Bay. Gallagher's resignation in April was criticized by Republicans, including fellow Wisconsin Congressman Glenn Grothman, for leaving the district without representation.
We won't be able to fill the slot till next January 3rd. So that part of the state is not going to have a congressman during that time, and nobody will be able to vote.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Current Republican State Senator Andre Jacques of De Pere, former State Senator Roger Roth, and Green Bay businessman Tony Weed, plus De Pere OBGYN Kristen Lyerly have all announced their candidacy for the open seat.
Making it easier to fly overseas, Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport hosts global entry enrollment next month. Global Entry is the U.S. Customs program that gives travelers expedited clearance arriving on international flights across our country. Enrollment in the program is good for 5 years, includes TSA pre-check, and only costs $100. Scheduling for appointments opens on Friday, with interviews being held June 11th and 14th. Travelers must have their conditional approval to complete this enrollment.
An air quality alert is in effect for much of central and northern Wisconsin today. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore says it's due to a familiar issue from last summer.
The reason why we have these is actually some Canadian wildfire smoke that's dipped south. You might have noticed it over the weekend as well, because it has been hanging in the atmosphere the last couple of days from some early season wildfires off to the north.
While some of the smoke could reach southeast Wisconsin, it's not expected to affect ground level. Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast live with meteorologist Brian Nisnansky in 1 hour.
Your Green Bay Packers will start the countdown clock to the 2025 NFL Draft after it officially arrives in Milwaukee tomorrow morning.
Take this ceremonial handoff from Michigan to Wisconsin.
The ceremonial NFL Draft football coming via the Lake Express Ferry. Popke, Director of Public Affairs for the Packers, on Wisconsin's Morning News.
With the two states adjacent to each other or near each other to do it in this fashion.
Detroit hosted the previous draft. The ferry arrives in Milwaukee 11:45 on Tuesday.
Involved Milwaukee and, of course, all the rich history of football.
Vince Vitrano, WTMJ News.
Cyclists will bike the draft football up to Green Bay for a ceremony tomorrow night.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All sports desk. After taking 3 of 4 against the Cardinals, the Brewers welcome in the Pittsburgh Pirates for Game 1 of a 3-game series. Coverage of tonight's game begins at 6:05 on WTMJ. The NFL will kick off the 24-25 season Thursday, September 5th, with the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Baltimore Ravens. The complete NFL schedule will be released on Wednesday. And the Milwaukee Admirals advanced to the second round of the Calder Cup playoffs after a Mother's Day win over the Texas Stars.
Citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 4:36.
Do you have the greatest possible fire protection?
Fire sprinklers protect lives and property in your building.
Are you ensuring that your fire sprinkler system is receiving the proper care that it requires?
Just like the other systems within your building, it is essential that the fire sprinkler system be inspected, tested, and maintained.
Protect your investment and, most importantly, occupants and firefighters by incorporating a regular ITM program in your building.
For more information, visit nfsa.org.
That's nfsa.org.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. Right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, get the next 2 free. Plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. Just like me, you'll be saying,
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
Do you ever wonder how the animals at the zoo get their names?
Always.
I was just going to say, of all the things you sit and think about, is this at the top of your list?
It's like my Roman Empire. Have you heard about what Roman Empire is?
Oh, yeah.
Guys always think
How
about
often do you think about the Roman Empire?
How often do you think about it?
I think about it probably once a week. I straight up serious do.
You're joking.
I do. I read a lot,
My
so
dad
it comes
talks
up a lot.
about it all the time.
I definitely think about it. Like
I
right
always
now, I'm
thought it was a
thinking about
euphemism.
That-
Like it meant something else.
no, I'm talking about the actual
Roman Empire, eh?
Oh, got it.
Oh, Deb, you're right. No, I don't think about that often. Probably twice a week. So how do animals at the zoo get their names? It's interesting because it's changed through the years. What's the famous gorilla that was at the Milwaukee Zoo? Samson. Forever. There's a statue of Samson at the zoo. So it used to be that they used different varied ways to name the animals. This was the most common way when I was growing up. If a zookeeper was the one who came on duty when a baby was born, they got to name the animal.
Oh.
So if you came on in the morning and the orangutan, this is what actually happened, gave birth, you got to name the animal.
That makes me want to show up to work.
Yes. So what happened was the orangutan gave birth and the zookeeper's name was Tommy. So Tommy came on to duty and he was the first one. Oh my gosh, a baby. And so he named the orangutan Tommy.
Oh.
So that's what they got to do. Sometimes after their wife, sometimes after one of their children, sometimes after a movie character. But they used to be able to name whatever they wanted. And that was just how it went. Then they named them according to themes for a while. For instance, there are lizards that are named Baja Blast, Baja Splash, because the zookeeper liked Mountain Dew.
Oh, my gosh. Mine would be Code Red then.
You would be Code Red. The mongooses were named after the Golden Girls at our zoo.
Oh.
So that was fun. That was fine. Now they've changed it. Now they're moving toward names of significance around a conservation message or around the country where the animals are native, that sort of thing. So primates are a big example. They've really made an effort at our zoo to name primates after parts of the world where they come from. The zoo's spider monkeys are called Huhu, Chimal, and Momos. Those are cities in Guatemala, which is where spider monkeys are from. The first bonobos. Bonobos?
Yes.
Our bonobos, you know, we're famed for the conservation of bonobos at our Milwaukee County Zoo. So the first ones brought here were named after major rivers in the Congo, which is where they're from.
Oh, they're so good with their babies, too.
Yeah. Since 2000, the new babies have been given names that are related to the Congo, usually in either Swahili or Lingala or French, the languages they
I appreciate
talk
that.
there.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that nice?
I wouldn't want it to be called like Bill and Ted or something like that, you know?
Yeah, they'd have an excellent adventure, though. The bonobo kitoko is one of the newer bonobos. It means beauty in the Lingala language. And the zookeeper said, yes, she's quite beautiful. Zomi is another one. It's the Lingala word for 10 because zookeeper said she is a 10. She is a beautiful, beautiful animal.
Aw.
Yeah. All right, so a couple of names of animals at our zoo. The hippos are named Happy and Patty. The giraffes are named Marley, Ziggy, Maya, and Kendai. We have 3 elephants at our zoo. They are named Belle, Brittany, and Ruth.
Brittany.
I guess so. Yeah. We have an anaconda named Olive.
Ew.
Snakes really scare me.
Whew.
The only thing that scares me more than snakes are ticks. Snakes and ticks are... Snow leopards. Our snow leopards are named Choto and Oria. The tigers at the Milwaukee County Zoo are named Natasha, Kash, and Tula. This one kind of bothers me. Our badger is named Oscar.
Oh,
How could the badger not be named Bucky?
Oh, that'd be perfect.
I wonder if they have a badger
Ooh.
at the Madison Zoo. It must be named Bucky, right?
Better.
Maybe Bucky was taken, so ours is named Oscar. That's weird. Grizzly bears are named Ronnie, Bozeman, Chinook, and Brian.
Brian.
That seems really random. The orangutans, I mentioned Tommy, are named Tommy and Alexandra. We have a porcupine named Guillermo.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And our gorillas are named Nadami, Azizi, Hodari, Maji Maji, and Dottie. It's like they all have ethnic names or traditional names and then one name that's not.
Like Bob.
Yeah. Dottie. So there you go. How we name the animals at the zoo. It is 4:42 at WTMJ. Debbie's going to help get you home up next. Then it's Day Without Childcare. This is an important day where we take the time to talk about how expensive it is, how little the workers get paid, what a critical part of our infrastructure it is, and how difficult it is for some folks. We'll dive into that up next on WTMJ.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in the shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Thanasis Adetokounmpo sits down with special guests on The Analysis Show. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and carbless, ready-to-drink cocktails.
Fantastic.
Find The Analysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching The Analysis Show.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love my dogs. They're like the kids in our house now that the kids are gone, except I'll never have to pay for a wedding for Bella or Baxter, thank goodness. But they are like the kids in your house, and like kids, they don't always behave the way they should. I've got it under control now thanks to Sit Means Sit dog training. Best techniques, best trainers. They taught me how to be a better dog owner, and that was really at the heart of all this. I didn't know what I was doing. I know better now because of Sit Means Sit dog training. Went for a free consultation at Sit Means Sit. You can do the same thing. Michelle and I, we took Bella and Baxter in, and they met Matt, the owner. Matt met the dogs. We got assigned a trainer, and they are better dogs. It's Sit Means Sit dog training. You, too, can have a happy, confident, obedient dog. It's Sit Means Sit.
We asked people why they sold their homes to Grandview Homes instead of using a real estate agent.
Everything they say in their ads is true and then some. Very fair price, no real estate agent fees or closing costs. They even switched the utilities out of your name.
Within weeks, we had closed and couldn't be happier.
Whether you have a hard-to-sell home, want a stress-free sale, or simply need to sell your home fast, Grandview Homes is the name you know and the name you can trust. Visit GrandviewHomes.com to discover the easiest and fastest way to sell a home.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
One of the best things about being in business for 25 years is having clients recommend AccuNet to their now adult children for help buying their first homes. That's how I connected with Dan and Allison, and let me tell you, they were fast learners. They quickly embraced our most powerful tool for winning offers, Appraisal Wiggle Room. Their first offer was $15,000 over asking and included a provision which AccuNet guaranteed they could afford to make that they would still pay the higher offer price even if the appraised value came in up to $15,000 short. The result? Accepted offer versus several others on the very first try. And by the way, if the appraisal had come in $15,000 short, which it did not, Dan and Allison would have needed exactly $0 extra at the closing table. If you think all mortgage lenders are the same, think again. Go with a multi-generation mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Celebrate National Police Week with 1017 The Truth. Tune in Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday evening, May 13th through the 17th, 6 o'clock p.m. for a series entitled Too Black, Too Blue. We dive into the history of policing, explore significant contributions of blacks in law enforcement, and don't miss our exclusive interviews with two very special guests on Thursday and Friday. Join us as we honor those who serve and protect. National Police Week, May 13th through the 18th. Catch us on our sister station, the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Traffic and weather is sponsored by Flanners Home Entertainment, Flanners.com. Just press play.
Upgrade your entertainment setup today. For the best in audio and video for your home, indoors and outdoors, Flanners Home Entertainment delivers sound advice at the best price. Flanners, just press play.
Traffic and weather, how are the roads looking, Deb?
Well, some good news. Southbound 41 at Highway 60. That accident there with a car that rolled off into the embankment has finally been cleared out of the way. So that's some good news. We do have a new accident, though, on 894 southbound at Beloit Road. The two right lanes are blocked. So that's going to start to back things up towards the zoo. We've also got an accident on 894 eastbound at about 60th Street. The left lane still blocked there. And that's backing things up through the Hale interchange almost to Beloit Road, strangely enough. And we've also got an accident on 94 on the ramp to Ryan Road from northbound 94. So northbound 94, the Ryan Road off-ramp, we got a crash there. Looks like it's involving a semi as well. So that's going to be causing a bit of a backup just right in that local area. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. Here's
WTMJ 5-day forecast. The showers get out of here. Tonight, there's a few showers lingering, mostly cloudy, though the low will be 46 degrees. Tomorrow, early showers, decreasing clouds. It'll be really cool. 54 at the lake, 64 inland. Wednesday, sunny. You get to see the sun. 61 at the lake, 69 inland. Thursday, increasing clouds, a chance of showers, 65 at the lake, 71 inland. And Friday, partly cloudy, slight chance of showers, 60 at the lake, 73 inland.
Day Without Childcare is a day where we stop and think about how expensive childcare is and how it's out of reach for many, and how little the workers are paid, and how the system really probably needs to be reformed. We need to figure this out. There's no doubt about it. It is a real issue for many real people. Jennifer Wells is the Community Change Director of Economic Justice, and she's with us this afternoon. Jennifer, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start talking about, before we talk about today and what it means, the issue of child care. I guess the big question, and we probably can't solve it here in this short window, is what do we think about when we think about making child care more affordable? How big a deal is this?
It's an immense deal, right? It's one of the biggest costs to families, to parents, specifically raising kids in this country. And that is a resounding answer we get across the country, no matter if it's an urban area or a rural area, from state to state to state. And what it is the fact that we don't have a real public investment in the system right now, both at the state and the federal level, that allows for providers to provide the care that they want to provide, the quality, affordable care that's accessible, but also not have to push a burden of the cost of child care, which is making certain that the workers get paid well, that they have benefits, onto the parents and the families that need the care the most. And so we're at a point now where the system is not necessarily, it's broken in some regards, but it's working in the way that I think it was probably set up. We have a historical, in this country, have a historical perspective around care, be it child care or long-term care, where it's like it's the privilege of the family to provide. And so it's always been undervalued. That's both a race and a gender analysis as well. Care was provided by Black and brown women, mostly in the South, under duress. And of course, they weren't paid. And so we're seeing the legacy of that carried through, and the lack of investment, again, which is pushed, and it's a burden on families and particularly parents that are seeking to work, that are having to rely on childcare, but either cannot find it and certainly at times cannot afford it.
Jennifer Wells joining us on the line for National Day Without Childcare. So what was your call to action with daycares? What were you asking them to do and to ask parents to write?
So we're asking that the providers and parents alike stand in solidarity and stand up and show out for the child care system that they deserve. And that's a system that has thriving wages for the providers, that is affordable and accessible to the families, that is equitable. We've just spoke about the race and gender aspect, that there's gender justice that's centered there. And we're also adding on, because this is something that we believe in, holistic organizing at Community Change, that there's no one issue that only impacts a family. There are multiple. We're asking that folks, our government expands the child tax credit to make it permanent and also inclusive.
I want to ask you, something I read was that part of this day, Day Without Childcare, is also lobbying and talking about how workers need to be paid more. And I'm struck by the fact that we want to pay them more, but we're talking about how expensive it is already. That would get passed right on to people that can't afford childcare already. How do those two jive together? How can we pay them more but make it more affordable?
Well, the two jive together in the sense that parents and providers alike are in solidarity asking for this, and they're asking for the public investment that they need, right? It's the fact that we need funding both at the state level and at the federal level, and understanding that childcare, the fact that if it's accessible and folks are able to get it, then that means that there's folks in the workforce, right? There are a lot of folks, particularly women, who remove themselves from the workforce because they cannot afford and or find childcare, and that depletes a state and the federal GDP. It impacts our economy. It impacts small businesses, right? So there is a reason for public government investment, and it relies on our economy needs workers, and our workers need childcare.
So,
but I guess just to clarify, if we want to pay them $25 an hour, that means that the cost of daycare is going to go up, right? How do we solve that?
That's what the ask is around the federal and the state investment, right? So we're not asking that parents have to pay that cost, because here's the case. Child care providers are not actually putting the full cost of care on parents' shoulders right now, which is why they are suffering at a loss as small business owners. And I'm really speaking to the folks that are leading home-based care and even small centers around the country, and in particular in Wisconsin. And one thing that I've also heard is that the governor, Evers, understanding that the child care that the child care subsidy program was on the brink of ending, found the federal dollars to invest into that particular subsidy program because he knew it was necessary, right? And extended until June of 2025. The only problem with that, while it's a good start, is that it cuts those subsidy payments in half, which again is impacting the system.
You know, I have a friend who has 2 kids. Got a discount for the second one. It's crazy. It's crazy. $34,000 a year here in Wisconsin just a couple of years ago. It's probably even higher now. Yeah. So what are parents doing? Sure. Some parents have to work. So how are they making ends meet?
They are making poor choices. The sad thing to say is that some parents are foregoing savings. They're foregoing extracurricular activities for their children. They're even foregoing basic needs in their house in order to pay for childcare.
How does Wisconsin compare to other states, Jennifer?
Wisconsin is pretty much on par with other states, and that an investment is needed. You guys seem to be doing a little bit, you're doing a little bit more than, let's say, the southern states. I'm calling you from Alabama, and I can tell you right now that at least your governor was, he was positively investing federal dollars that were brought into the state for child care. He's investing them. I heard it in the Child Care Counts program. That's not necessarily how it's sitting in Alabama. But what we also understand at Community Change and the organizing that we're doing with folks on the ground in Wisconsin is that it's not just on the state's shoulders to do this. Whatever you guys are doing in the state is great. It could probably be improved, but you also need support from the federal government as well to make it work.
So during the pandemic, John, I was doing the daycare deserts, especially in our northern counties, where some people are leaving some of our northern counties to come to the Milwaukee area because there's not any 24-hour daycares. And the people were getting paid $11.60 an hour. Today, it's just below $14 an hour. How do we get people who love children to even want to work in the child care, right? When they can get paid $20 an hour at Amazon.
The fact is, the reason that there's a child care shortage of workers, right, and that's nationwide, is because they're leaving to go and work in retail. They can find a better wage in fast food. Although they want to be child care providers, they want to serve our children, they actually love that work, they simply can't survive at that particular wage.
Jennifer Wells, thank you so much for being with us, Jennifer. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I hear what you're saying, but the market needs to bear what the market bears. I mean, do I think they should make more than $15 an hour for watching our kids? Probably. But who's going to pay?
How do you reconcile that?
Who's going to pay for that then? We're already talking about how infant care is more than college tuition.
Yes.
In some areas for a year. All right, well, if we jack up what we pay the people to $25 an hour.
Good luck.
Then what? How do we pay for that? I mean, you can't expect the government to completely subsidize that.
How does McDonald's pay more than child care, though, John?
I guess McDonald's is more profitable.
There you go.
More fat Americans want to eat value meals than they want to worry about what toys their kids are playing with, apparently.
We have that coming up at 5:08, by the way.
Yeah, we do.
Great tease.
Happy Meals are going down in price. That is at 5:08. It's 4:56 at WTMJ. Here's Teddy Nykel at the Milwaukee Business Journal.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
A new 7 Brew coffee drive-thru is planned to open in the village of Mount Pleasant in July. This will make a total of 3 7 Brew shops in southeast Wisconsin, with more growth from the brand expected in the state in the years to come. A stir-fry grill and fried chicken restaurant called Lava Grill and Wings is seeking a home in Wauwatosa on Mayfair Road in the space formerly occupied by Dr. Dog. The city's plan commission is considering the concept this evening. As part of Microsoft's $3.3 billion AI data center investment in southeast Wisconsin, the company is opening a lab within UWM. The first of its kind lab will focus on helping manufacturers leverage artificial intelligence. I'm Teddy Nykel with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Business headlines sponsored by the Pfister Hotel. Make your reservations today. Visit thepfisterhotel.com.
Milwaukee's finest hotel, the Pfister Hotel, is continuing with renovations to enhance its already stellar reputation. Phase 2 of the renovations is in progress to transform the hotel's historic rooms, with many new rooms available now for reservations. Phase 3 will focus on the hotel's public spaces, set to be completed this summer. The renovations will blend exceptional comfort with cutting-edge technology, reinforcing the hotel's approachable sophistication. The Pfister is ready to welcome you for your next visit. Start planning your stay today at thepfisterhotel.com.
Are you in need of expert exterior renovations? Look no further than Ridgetop Exteriors. For over 22 years, we've been the trusted name in roofing, siding, windows, doors, and gutter replacements.
I couldn't be happier with the new roof Ridgetop Exteriors installed. It's like having a brand new home.
The team at Ridgetop Exteriors made upgrading my siding a breeze. Quality work and friendly service.
With a track record of excellence, we take pride in transforming houses into dream homes. Visit us today at ridgetopexteriors.com for a free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, your trusted local affordable partners.
Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, their mission is to transform the culture of care. They are the real deal at Azura. They specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They specialize in taking care of people with a memory issue. They will take care of the loved one in your house like they are their own family. And you can experience the world-renowned virtual dementia tour they have. I went through this. It's incredible. You go in, you put on a headset, you put on earphones, and you do this thing where you're in a room and it's like you have dementia. They walk you through it. It's so intense. It's so real. If you have a loved one in your life experiencing dementia, this will take you inside their world. It's May 16th. It's free. Go to azuraliving.com/events. azuraliving.com/events. You can register. You can take part in it. It's Azura. Compassion and empathy at the core. azuraliving.com.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Not wearing your seatbelt could cost you a ticket or your life. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
$1, just $1 over cost, and you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. Our only requirements is we put them on for you. Available at all 5 Griffin stores. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
I'm Brett Matschke, and you're due for service.
Richlands. Traffic is sponsored by the Delafield Brewhouse Restaurant and Brewery. Visit delafieldbrewhouse.com for daily specials.
April showers bring May flowers, but spring brings Bach, Maibach. The Delafield Brewhouse just tapped their own vintage gold medal winning Maibach. Drink ale, live lager at the Delafield Brewhouse. delafieldbrewhouse.com.
It's time for another NL Central throwdown at American Family Field.
Myers kicks, delivers, and a swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by him at 95 and Tobias Myers.
The Brewers and Pirates face off with coverage starting tonight at 6:05 on your home of the Milwaukee Brewers. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 5:01. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: stuck in the hospital thanks to a cyber attack.
I'm Julia Fellow, ending the protest locally while pushing for a ceasefire globally.
I'm Debbie Loziga, southbound on 894, right about at Beloit Road. We got the 2 right lanes blocked with a crash. That's stretching back towards Greenfield Avenue, the delays are. Then we've also got 894 eastbound just past 60th Street, left lane blocked with a crash. Still being worked on there. That's got backups all the way into the Hale interchange. Southbound on 43, heavy past Capitol Drive, and then you're back on the brakes from North Avenue all the way down through the Marquette, with the northbound side slowing down from about Kilbourne all the way up to Keefe. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, slight chance for rain, a low of 47. Tomorrow, rain to the south, a high of 61. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, stuck in the hospital. The ransomware attack at Ascension Healthcare Network is causing some patients to spend more time in the hospital than necessary. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano knows a patient who hasn't been discharged because doctors are waiting on lab results.
They wouldn't transfer him because they didn't know, A, whether they got the whole infection, B, the transfer occurs all via computer. Here's this patient, here are his specs, we transfer him over to your care. Well, not having any computers, they weren't able to do that.
Ascension has hospitals across the country, and the FBI is aware of the situation.
A peaceful end to UW Milwaukee's pro-Palestinian encampments.
The Palestine lawn coming to an end at UW Milwaukee. Student organizer Amin Atta from UWM for Palestine Coalition tells WTMJ.
It's a resounding victory for the student movement locally and nationwide. It's a testament to the strength of the students. We've been trying for months, and it was only through this encampment that we were able to get a lot of those things.
He also says,
this has been a historic third space for people, for the community. I think that that's a natural feeling of just love for the space that we built and, not having the physical space anymore. But I think the message is that, the movement lives on.
From UW Milwaukee, Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
Student organizers say they're going to be meeting with the UWM Chancellor, Moni, and UW Foundation tomorrow morning.
The Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce and United Healthcare are committing $600,000 in scholarships to students whose career path includes a profession in healthcare.
It's really an investment in our future.
MMAC Senior Advisor Tim Sheehy on the 6-year commitment that will support 30 students from public, charter, and choice schools.
Companies are having such a difficult time filling job openings, and no place is that pressure greater than in the healthcare environment.
The scholarship program will be run by All In Milwaukee.
So hopefully they'll matriculate into hospitals and other places here to provide healthcare in the future. So it's a little bit of paying it forward.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Coming up, one more chance for a celestial light show.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 5:04.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live, which is an active one.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside.
For the first time, our whole house actually feels like the same climate.
And no drafts. It's a game changer.
Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella. And if you order today, you get 0% interest for up to 48 months. When it comes to replacing or upgrading your windows and doors, you want to be confident about your decisions. With Pella Design Works, you can see what your home could look like before you buy. Black frame windows or white, vinyl, wood, or fiberglass. Bring your vision to life and rest assured it's the perfect style for your home. Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
Hey, WTMJ's Sean Mercure here. It was time to paint the outside of our house, and I was overwhelmed. I really wasn't looking forward to it. Thank goodness I got in touch with CertaPro Painters, each business independently owned and operated right here in Wisconsin. They made it easy. They were quick. They were efficient. They were friendly and fun. It's CertaPro Painters. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. My home has never looked better, literally. I couldn't be happier. It's CertaPro Painters. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to get out and cultivate your ideal yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 40-pound bags of Scott's Thicker Lawn Sun and Shade Grass Seed Mix, $64.99. Assorted bags of Scott's Naturescapes Mulch, 3 for $15. Save an extra $2 a bag by mail-in rebate. Plus, leave the heavy lifting to us with Blaine's Farm and Fleet's convenient drive-thru. Order online and we'll have it ready for you in just 1 hour.
WTMJ News Time, 5:06.
Did you not get the chance to see the Northern Lights in the last few nights? Well, you have another chance tonight. CBS Matt Piper.
More geomagnetic storms are forecast for yet a fourth night. NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center says a G3 or strong geomagnetic storm warning is in effect until 2 a.m. Eastern. Friday night's lights were G5s. While stronger storms, meaning better lights, are no longer likely and conditions are expected to gradually wane, forecasters say even minor geomagnetic storms are also forecast for Tuesday.
Scientists say the geomagnetic storms disrupted GPS satellites, some power grids, and even affected the operations of a few Midwest farms.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. It's Cardinals out of town, Pirates in town, Brewers against the Pirates. Coverage 6:05 on WTMJ. And the Milwaukee Admirals advanced to the second round of the Calder Cup playoffs after a Mother's Day win over the Texas Stars.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 5:07.
New residential, commercial, or multifamily construction? Call Quality Heating before you begin. Starting a new remodel? Pre-planning any new construction with a qualified HVAC design engineer assures your comfort will be at its maximum. Because the last thing you want your new project to be is uncomfortable. This is Anthony Zanevsky with Quality Heating. From Sheboygan to Illinois to Madison and all of greater southeastern Wisconsin, the man in the red van can give you a master plan.
Quality Heating, Quality Heating.
Her bedroom in back was always warm, while the one in front was as cold as an igloo. She asked me what she should do, and I told her, Mary, zoning will solve your issue. At Quality Heating, the man in the red van knows how to even out your home's temperature and take care of humidity or lack thereof. Heck, you spend most of your life there. Why not maximize its comfort? This is Anthony Zanevsky. Ask the man in the red van about zoned heating and cooling ideas for your home.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality Heating, Quality Heating.
Be greeted by an owner at America's largest employee-owned jewelry store.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here are your hosts, John McCure and Julia Fellow.
Happy, what day is today? Monday. Is it really? I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
I know, right?
Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. ABC's Alex Stone is with us talking about McDonald's. Alex, is this true? The value meal might go back to $5?
Maybe, and for a short amount of time. And now they've got to convince the franchisees to do it. But I mean, it's been all over social media recently. And if you've been to any fast food, you've probably noticed how expensive it is now and that people are shocked by it. You go through the drive-thru and it's like, whoa, when you look at the menu board, this woman going through McDonald's.
When did McDonald's get so expensive?
One guy went viral last year posting a picture of a burger, fries, and drink at McDonald's for $16. A quarter pounder with cheese and bacon combo meal can be over $18 now. And you remember when they had the dollar menu? And they still technically do. But now it's the $1, $2, $3 menu. And McDonald's got called out a few weeks ago because not a single item on the menu is $1, even though it's still listed as the $1, $2, $3 menu. And at least in a lot of markets, not one was. So it's not only them. I mean, Chick-fil-A as well. Colleen Pipes lives in Florida.
And I don't mean to be broke, but for an 8-count mini and a lemonade, $14.
And she says,
I joked that this was fine dining now because I might as well go at a sit-down restaurant and be served if I'm going to pay those type of prices.
So that's the thing. So Chili's and Applebee's are now trying to jump on the fast food anger, and they're going to start, or they are offering deals that are less than fast food to say, come in and enjoy a sit-down meal with your family. It feels, nicer than going through the drive-thru. And can be less, so they're trying to jump on this. Starbucks, too, Taco Bell, they've got lower sales. Starbucks down 7%. Their prices are up. And it's beef and eggs are more expensive. Labor costs are up. McDonald's has seen their numbers go down 4 straight quarters. Fewer lower-income families are coming in to buy at McDonald's. And so now it seems that they have gotten the message. Wendy's has the Biggie Bag, which is $5. You get a sandwich, nuggets, fries, and a drink. So now sources are telling inside McDonald's, telling Bloomberg that there is a deal in the works. It would be $5. You'd get a McChicken or a McDouble. You choose. Plus you get 4-piece nuggets, fries, and a drink, $5. The only thing is it would only be for a month. It would be a 1-month promotion.
Oh.
And they're apparently now arguing with franchisees in the McDonald's system. Franchisees can set their own prices depending on what they believe it should be. And that franchisees are saying no, that they would lose money on this. The company seems to see it more like a loss leader. You go to Costco and the rotisserie chicken in the back, they lose money on, but it gets you to walk through the store and to buy other things and to keep coming back. This is being presented. Subway, the end of their $5 footlong, they were losing money on that as well, but you'd go in and get a cookie and, get all the other things with it. So it seems that the company is saying, look, franchisees for a month, we need people to want that taste of McDonald's again, get them back in a restaurant so they will want it even when the $5 deal goes away. Trying to get them on board. They're not there yet, but the word is that they're getting close to coming to some kind of an agreement to bring back a $5 value meal for a month.
When I first started working in news 18 years ago, I lived off of a McChicken. I couldn't get any other sides, nothing, not even a drink, and it was $1.08.
And a cup for water.
Oh.
Yep.
Man.
ABC's Alex Stone.
Remember Taco Bell when it was like 69 cents for a burrito?
Yes. Thanks, Alex.
Later, guys.
When was the last time you ate at McDonald's?
A couple weeks ago.
Me too.
I was so naughty.
It's my guilty pleasure, actually.
Oh, gosh.
I like the number 2, the 2 cheeseburger meal.
Don't even tell me this. It makes me hungry.
I only have it a few times a year, but I do like it, and they have the best French fries.
Oh, I know. I dip them in sweet and sour sauce.
Ooh, that's good.
It's just like free advertising for them.
Yep,
What's going on?
It's good. They know what they're doing.
They better do the $5 deal.
Yes, bring it on, even if it's only for a month. We'll go there for lunch. It's 5:13 at WTMJ.
Creative Planning presents Rethink Your Money with John Hagenson, Saturday afternoon at 1. At Creative Planning, we custom tailor your portfolio to help you achieve your ideal financial future. You'll see how our wealth managers work with in-house CPAs and attorneys to ensure your money is working as hard as it can for you. Why not give your wealth a second look? Visit creativeplanning.com. That's creativeplanning.com.
I'll say it again. Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. And what that means is wherever we go, we make it better for those in need of our services and the great people we have working with us. Our reputation matters. It matters to us, and it should matter to you. We believe that operating with integrity will set us apart from our competitors, and that this attracts people to us that share these same values. I say this because I want you to know when you work with Semper Fi, character counts. It's why you can count on the industry's hands-down best lifetime workmanship warranty that now includes free annual inspections. And it's why we always have one project manager per job, which is absolutely not the industry standard. When you're paying for a brand new roof to go on what's likely the biggest investment you have, you want it done right, and you want to be able to count on the people doing it. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
Keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Thrifters can spot great deals from a mile away. And here the term great deal is an understatement. The lowest prices on men's, women's, and children's clothing. Toys, furniture, housewares, jewelry, and accessories. Bikes, books, games, and more. And every time you're here, you'll find something new. So if you're thrifty, you'll find this place is pretty nifty. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores, Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Traffic and weather. Good afternoon, Debbie.
Good afternoon, John. Well, a couple of accidents to deal with right now. 894 southbound at Beloit Road. 2 right lanes are blocked with a crash. That's got backups all the way back to the zoo. The other one is on 894 eastbound at 60th Street. That has the left lane blocked with a crash. That's backing things up into the hail. We've also got an accident on southbound 43 right about at the on-ramp from Locust. It's off on the right shoulder, luckily. It's not in traffic, but it's enough to make for a little bit of a backup heading through that area, so give yourself that extra time. Hey, while you're out navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you happen to see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line. It's 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, a few showers, a low of 46 degrees. Tomorrow, maybe a shower early, a high of 64. Wednesday, sunny 69. Thursday, cloudy 71. Friday, chance for a shower, a high of 73 degrees. It's currently 56. It's kind of weird when you think about old TV shows, and then you realize just how long ago they were on. One of them that was written by a woman from Wisconsin. You might recognize this theme song. Or you might not.
That's when I knew to switch off.
That's when you knew to turn the channel.
Yeah, that MASH. MASH was a good show, though.
MASH?
Well, that's when I knew it was time for bed.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like it was so terrible. This is from Little House on the Prairie. So Little House on the Prairie was written by Laura Ingalls Wilder, and she was from Pepin, Wisconsin. And she wrote this. And guess what? The cast, those that are still alive, because a lot of them have passed away, gathered in Pepin this weekend to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Little House on the Prairie.
Michael Landon was very attractive.
It's hard to believe how long he's been dead. Michael Landon died in 1991. I didn't think, 30 years ago?
Wow. Melissa Gilbert looks really good, too.
She's married to Timothy Busfeld, who was on 30-something. Do you remember that TV show?
No, I don't.
Melissa Gilbert's 60 years old. She is still alive.
Sam had no idea what Little House on the Prairie was.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know if I ever watched it. I maybe it was on in my house, but I don't remember it at all. I don't think. Did you watch it?
Their weird outfits. Yes, I remember it, and I had to turn it off. It was weird. I'm sorry.
I know. Well, look at the pictures we're looking at. How they dressed.
Awful.
Yeah. So they got together in central Wisconsin, and they all hung out at a couple different restaurants, and then they went on a cruise on the La Crosse Queen. That's one of those riverboat paddlers with the big paddle on the back that you see like in New Orleans. There's one in La Crosse, and they went on a Mother's Day cruise. Was Melissa Gilbert on this thing? I can't find her name anywhere.
I didn't see her there.
Charlotte Stewart.
Karen Grassel, I think, was there.
Who's Charlotte Stewart? It says she was there. I'm looking at a cast that shows everybody that was there. Eve Beadle.
Okay, I don't see any of them.
Charlotte Stewart's 83 years old.
Whoa.
She was on the riverboat cruise. So if Michael Landon wasn't on the riverboat cruise, and he's dead, so he's in no condition to be on the cruise, Melissa Gilbert's probably the most famous one still alive. She wasn't on the cruise. Then I'm saying this wasn't much of a party.
Rachel Lindsay Greenbush, I think, might have been. It's nice if there's fans.
There were two sisters. There were Sydney Greenbush and Lindsay Greenbush.
Carrie.
There you go.
Sister.
Good job,
sister
Dad. Did you
Carrie.
like Little House on the Prairie?
I watched it. Yeah, I wasn't like a mega fan, but I watched it.
Are you disappointed that the cast got together and Melissa Gilbert wasn't at the thing? Doesn't that seem like she's the big piece that's still left alive?
Yeah, that's kind of like a Gilligan's Island cast getting together and Gilligan doesn't want to show up. So, that never happened, by the way, but it's just one of those things. It's like,
I watched Gilligan's
I don't know if it
Island.
was it that she just didn't have time or
I
that
don't know.
scheduling?
I can't find anything on that. I don't know. She's too big pants to get to Wisconsin. I don't know. It is 5:19 at WTMJ. Julia went to a park and ride today. You may have seen this. At the park and rides now, people are literally living at the park and ride, pitching tents, living in crappy old burned out trailers and stuff like that. Julia went to talk to some of the people there. It's fascinating. That's up next.
Engagement rings, wedding bands, and big anniversary diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Do you have the greatest possible fire protection?
Fire sprinklers protect lives and property in your building.
Are you ensuring that your fire sprinkler system is receiving the proper care that it requires?
Just like the other systems within your building, it is essential that the fire sprinkler system be inspected, tested, and maintained.
Protect your investment and, most importantly, occupants and firefighters by incorporating a regular ITM program in your building.
For more information, visit nfsa.org.
That's nfsa.org.
Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry Water Softeners. RO systems that make sure that the water in your house is crisp, clean, clear. I've got these in my house. Fantastic. Guthrie and Fry. It's quality products and services at a fair price from a local company you can trust. That matters to me. The Guthrie and Fry people have been in my house several times. They're easy to work with. They're cost effective. They're people that they hire are really the difference. Budget conscious, friendly, fixed rental rates. It's Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. They're the real deal. Invite them into your house. Check them out. They're going to protect you and protect the water in your house because better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
You never get a second chance to make a first impression. And that's why when we sell your home, we make sure it shows well before buyers walk in your door. Or quite frankly, they'll walk in through someone else's. At Benefit Realty, quality photography is important to show off the home we're selling in its best light to get them into your home. Quality photos, full MLS marketing to reach every online home shopper, and 3.5 to 3.9% discount commissions. Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com. We are a discount real estate broker, but does that mean we're not full service? At Benefit Realty, you'll get an agent with considerable experience who offers full MLS marketing, covering all the bases to make sure every buyer shopping online sees your home. The only thing separating us from the 6% brokers is just that. They work for 6%, we work for 3.5 to 3.9%. Full service for a lot less. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where we'll make your move simple and affordable. benefit-realty.com.
In the 3 o'clock hour, we are talking about the big hubbub going on at 3 Park and Rides. All off 94, people are breaking the law and are living there. Where is the there? It's both College Avenue Park and Rides and the Holt Park Park and Ride, which has actually exploded with the number of people that are there.
You weren't joking about the way that the trailers look, though,
Yeah.
honestly.
And you went and
The
checked one
cams-
of these out.
Yes. So the DOT says so far they've helped 45 people find alternate housing. Where this is on 94 at the College Avenue, both exits, and the Holt Avenue Park and Ride. So you can find that. And if you text the word watch to our talk and text line, you can see photos of the encampments that I found. And even the people I interviewed know that they should not be there. It should not be a place to live. I talked to Sarah and Zach, who were in a tent, and Tamika in the next tent next to them, maybe 15 feet away.
Okay, I'd even take that over this, but I shouldn't be here. Me personally, no, I should not be here.
There's so much, I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like it's a scrap yard.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the safety of it. And I kind of agree with you that something needs to be done to help these people. It looks like they've helped almost 50. So I tried to get them to open up. I asked them what their hopes and dreams are. And there's a lot of hope still burning inside.
Have a house and win the lottery. To leave this park and ride and never return. And that would be my biggest hope and dream. Retain reliable transportation, and you know what I'm saying? I'm all out of help. I helped a lot of people, and I didn't get it back in return. So, you know what I'm saying?
She was almost crying.
Oh.
You know, there is hope. Let me introduce you to Bertha Nance. She was homeless when I interviewed her in January of 2020.
Become a van dweller. Just pay off all of my debts.
We have the pictures to show how serious she was.
I had the bed platform made out of 2 plywood pieces, had a dresser in there.
Then the transmission busted, and she had no money to fix it. Now Bertha lives with her daughter in Milwaukee. She shares what it's like to start over at 60 years old and in debt.
And they asked how much? I'm at $4,000.
She said that her credit was 503. And she tells me she's just walking around blowing steam, and she found the YWCA. So what I'm trying to say is that there's nonprofits, John, that are out there. She got back up on her feet. She got her GED. She now works at Amazon. And now she has her own house in Milwaukee and made it through.
That way of life, falling and can't get up. And so I would say to anyone who is really out there, not really knowing where to go or what to do, is to just don't give up.
So that's her message, and I think that she's a really great example of what you should do. There is a removal of the abandoned property that's due by the end of this week on Friday, and they have tried to evaluate some of the people there at these park and rides. But again, I do have to weigh the safety aspect, and it is against the law.
Yeah, it's a sad situation, but it's dangerous. If my wife's meeting a girlfriend at the park and ride to go to Summerfest and leaving her car there, I'm much more nervous thinking that there's basically a homeless population living there.
It's van life, it's campers, and tents.
Tents.
The whole
Tents in
gamut.
the park and ride.
Yes.
Have they set up like little yards? Have they set up do they block off extra spaces where they can put their lawn chairs and hang out?
One of them at least 10 spaces.
Oh my gosh.
5 of them is for his little concrete backyard.
Wow. Good stuff. Good information. It is 5:27 at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. On the day, the NASDAQ, it was up 47 points. The other two indices were down. The Dow was off 81 points, and the S&P was down 1 point on the day. It's a great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com. Click the Get Started button now. It's Annex Wealth Management.
Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market and how it affects Wisconsin businesses and all of us who live here. Sponsored by the original knowledge broker, R&R Insurance. Joining us today, Jeff Salasinski, Vice President of Insurance Operations. And Jeff, we talked about this before. Insurance premiums are still rising, coverage is changing, and dealing with all of this is more difficult than ever. Are we at the point or close to the point maybe where consumers and business owners ask, like, how much more of this can I or my business take?
Yeah, Vince, we're there right now. We're in a period of time where both personal insurance and commercial insurance rates are at some of their highest levels ever. They've been going up every year for multiple years right now. A couple of examples. Personal auto insurance, when the recent Consumer Price Index, the read on inflation, came out, auto rates were up 22% year over year. We haven't seen that since 1976. Commercial property and commercial auto insurance have seen double-digit increases for a couple of years now, and you can expect to see those continue. There's no doubt that there's consumer fatigue around these increases, and they're real.
So, Jeff, let's talk about why this is happening first, and then ultimately whether there's anything we can do about it.
Sure, Vince. Weather's playing a significant role. The Midwest continues to get battered by storms several years in a row now. Just the past weekend, we've had 170-plus tornadoes in the Midwest. It's just nonstop.
What can people do about it then?
You need to work with a real professional who understands these market dynamics and truly follows them closely, understands how to present your account to the marketplace in the correct way, and get carriers to compete for your business. Insurance companies want good accounts that'll be profitable over time. There's an art and a science to presenting your account to an underwriter effectively, and at R&R, we know how to do that best. As the knowledge brokers, no one understands this complex market better than we do at R&R. We'd love to talk to you.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Social Security benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Unable to work due to health problems? Let Tayback help you get approved for the Social Security benefits you're entitled to. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 5:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story identifying the man killed in a 3-car crash.
I'm Julia Fellow. Have your say in the MPS plans.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. An accident has the 2 right lanes blocked on 894 southbound. It's right up Beloit Road, and that backup is stretching all the way back to the Zoo Interchange. Eastbound on 94, backing up from the Zoo Interchange through the stadium. The westbound side slow out of the Marquette to about Mitchell Boulevard. We've got an accident 894 eastbound at 60th Street with the left lane blocked. That's backing things up into the Hale Interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Bad showers finally completely out of here. Slight chance of showers scattered throughout the night. The low will be 47. Tomorrow, a slight chance of rain to our south. Mostly cloudy and breezy for everyone else. The high will be 54 at the lake, 61 inland.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, new details on the man killed in a 3-car crash at the intersection of Appleton and Burleigh over the weekend.
As 50-year-old Jason Stark. Stark's brother telling the ME that he worked for years delivering papers for the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel and was likely heading to work when he was killed. Stark's Mitsubishi Mirage was struck by a speeding Ford Flex while he was making a turn from Appleton onto Burleigh, causing it to hit a third car. 2 people injured in that car, but they are expected to survive. The 24-year-old woman driving the Ford has been arrested. Charges are pending. Wyatt Barmar-Pooley, WTMJ News.
The U.S. Secret Service, along with the Milwaukee Host Committee, answering questions about the upcoming Republican National Convention.
Committee Chief Operating Officer Allison Prange tells WTMJ.
With over 50
100,000 visitors from around the country. We just want to be accessible, let businesses ask how they're going to be impacted, and try to make sure they can ask anything that they need to know.
She also says,
we all know that we've got an awesome city. This is a chance to show people who've never been to the Midwest, never seen our Great Lakes, to show them exactly what they're missing and make sure they come back.
From 600 East Cafe, Julian Johnson, WTMJ News.
Decision Wisconsin, a new job for former Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher.
I can assure you I'm not going to work for a think tank in D.C.
That was Gallagher on Wisconsin's Afternoon News in March. Now the former 8th District representative has accepted a position as Senior Strategic Advisor for Titletown Tech in Green Bay. Gallagher's resignation in April was criticized by Republicans, including fellow Wisconsin Congressman Glenn Grothman, for leaving the district without representation.
We won't be able to fill the slot till next January 3rd. So that part of the state is not going to have a congressman during that time, and nobody will be able to vote.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee Public Schools getting feedback from students, families, and district staff on a strategic plan that may include teacher cuts. Speaking at the MPS STEM Fair, parent Melanie Geiger tells TMJ4 News she's worried about the future of the district.
It was a disappointment to see that the kids could lose special curricular activities and gym and art and music programs and things that are necessary for the kids to succeed in life.
One of the meetings just started about 3 minutes ago. Another one an hour from now. It can be attended virtually.
The city of Racine has a new way to make Narcan more accessible. It's going to mail it to people.
Narcan is a life-saving medication that can reverse an overdose from opioids. The Racine Health Department wants it in the hands of more people.
Over the past 3 years, we've seen, just in the city of Racine alone, we've seen 96 individuals who have overdosed and died due to opioids.
Cody Pierce is a community health director for Racine. He says everyone should have a kit mailed to them.
You may come across somebody who is overdosing in a fast food restaurant bathroom or gas station bathroom or in a walk in a park. So even if you don't feel that you may need it, there could be a day that you do.
The Narcan Hope Kits are free. They contain 2 doses of Narcan nasal spray, fentanyl test strips, and a CPR mask. Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
You can request a kit through the Racine Health Department website.
Today is National Day Without Child Care. Brooke Skidmore is director of the Growing Tree Early Learning Center in New Glarus. She tells Spanning the State her hope was that during the pandemic, people would realize the true value of child care.
We are the workforce behind the workforce. We are necessary. Our jobs are important. This is an important time for these children. We have all the data that supports the importance of these early years. And yet it's like we're just hitting our heads against the wall.
Child care advocates are pushing Wisconsin lawmakers to return funding for early childhood centers.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. After taking 3 of 4 games against the Cardinals, the Brewers welcome in the Pittsburgh Pirates for a game 1 of a 3-game series. Coverage tonight, 6:05 on WTMJ. The NFL will kick off the 24-25 season Thursday, September 5th, with the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Baltimore Ravens. The complete NFL schedule will be released on Wednesday. And the Milwaukee Admirals advance to the second round of the Calder Cup playoffs after a Mother's Day win over the Texas Stars.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 5:35.
What do you mean?
10% off all closet designs?
I think everyone should have an inspired closet.
That's what I'm saying. So 10% off, or they can choose 18 months free financing.
Inspired Closet customers can choose what works best for them.
With our free consultations using our 3D design software, now is the time to calm your closet chaos.
Promotion ends soon. Visit us at inspiredclosetsmilwaukee.com.
A wife and husband team.
Start summer with the fastest weekend of the year at America's National Park of Speed, Road America. The XPEL Grand Prix presented by AMR June 6th through June 9th. America's fastest open-wheel cars return to Road America for one of the IndyCar's premier events, including Indy NXT USF Pro 2000 and Vintage Indy. Make it a full weekend. Great campsites are available. Kids under 16 get in free with paying adults. IndyCar at America's National Park of Speed, Road America. Tickets at roadamerica.com.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
Chief Meteorologist Brian Nisansky is with us. Niz, you're out and about. Where are you this afternoon?
We're at AmFam Field. Brewers back in action against the Pirates. Yep.
Nice day out there. A little bit damp earlier. How is it right now?
Yeah, I mean, a huge temperature change from earlier today. It was kind of an interesting weather day. We had what technically would be called a pneumonia front. Now, I know no one's catching pneumonia from it, but that's when you get a backdoor cold front off of Lake Michigan that accelerates down Lake Michigan, and you see a dramatic drop in temperature. You need it to drop 16 degrees in 1 hour, and that's what we did. From 12:45 to 1:45, we dropped from 79 degrees all the way down to 63 degrees in less than an hour. So, and then it continued to fall. We're most of the area now sitting in the 50s. Still a little bit warmer for our southern and far inland spots. But, yeah, significantly cooler. So if you're coming down to American Family Field, make sure you throw on a sweatshirt.
What about those fires, Niz? Once again, Canadian fires, it's still early in the season, but did they impact the air quality, it sounds like, in parts of Wisconsin?
Yes, certainly in central and western Wisconsin, air quality a lot less there. They have more of that hazy sky again. And here we go again. It's Canadian wildfires again that just the airflow is just right to kind of wrap around this stuff. Now, most of the smoke this time around hasn't worked down towards the surface, but hopefully this is not a sign of things to come. Maybe tomorrow morning we do see some of that smoke move in for us here in southeastern Wisconsin. But again, I don't think it's going to work its way quite down to the surface. It'll be, if we do see any sunshine, maybe just a little bit more of a filtered sun.
Yeah, and that affects your health for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. I mean, we start to get into, we're near where we were a few of the times last year. But once you start to get some of that smoke down to the surface, that's obviously when, the air that we're breathing, that's when people with respiratory issues or any sort of concerns need to take it easy. We're not at that level yet, but certainly places in central and western Wisconsin feeling a little bit of that today.
Is this a newer thing? I just don't remember 5 years ago this being an issue.
Well, what we had last year was, I think, extremely unique, where we dealt with it several times. Canada has a spot in their dense forests that, they start to get into, northern Ontario and stuff like that, Quebec, where there's some really dense forests, and they do have dry seasons, and they do have wildfires. But last year was something that was way out of the ordinary. Now, if we see a repeat of that, then I think we got, hopefully, that it's not a sign of a pattern. But yes, I would say what we're experiencing now would be typical in the spring, starting to see some of that move in. If we do again next year, then something is up.
Man, mowed the grass for the second time in like 4 days. My grass is looking fantastic. All this wet weather has just done wonders for it.
I know. I had 2 mows in last week. And it seems like it's just growing at like a daily rate. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's been perfect weather for the grass. We've had pretty much rain almost every other day. And then we've had some warm weather too. And it looks like that trend is going to kind of continue here. We do have some other chances for rain in the forecast later on this week. Maybe even a little bit of rainfall yet this evening. We're watching a cluster of storms that's working its way in here from the south down towards the state line, inching into Kenosha. Kenosha is definitely going to get wet here this evening, but maybe still a light rain shower possible here in Milwaukee.
All right, so detail out kind of the timing for tonight, Niz, and if you don't mind, the next 5 days or so.
Yeah, absolutely. So some scattered hit-and-miss showers to go this evening. Down towards Kenosha, you could get a thunderstorm still. I'm watching that right now moving in from the south. Now, tomorrow, a chance of some light rainfall, 54 degrees for your high tomorrow, so significantly cooler than today. Inland 61. On Wednesday, mostly sunny, 63 lakeside, 68 inland. Thursday, partly cloudy, a high of 68. Friday, partly cloudy with a high of 65, inland 73, but a chance of showers returning on Friday as well. So again, still some chances of rain. Cool this first half of the week, then we start warming up for the second half of the week.
All right, Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky. Niz, thank you.
Yep, we'll see you guys. Go
Thanks,
Brewers.
Niz. Yes.
Go Brewers.
Later.
Fun day to be out at the ballpark. Going to be a great evening out there. By the way, if you want to catch up on what's going on the show, it's very easy. We podcast everything for the show, and we'd love for you to be able to check it out at your convenience. Text the word WAN, that's W-A-N, as in Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Text the word WAN to 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620. You text the word WAN, and what it does is it takes you to our podcast page, and it's all right there. Every hour is podcast, and so are the individual segments. Julie went out and talked to some of the homeless encampment at the Park and Ride. That segment will be up there. Everything will be there. We had a cat here in the studio. That was kind of terrifying, to be honest with you.
It was.
That will be up there. So if you text the word WAN, W-A-N, to 855-616-1620, it'll take you right there. You can check it out. You can listen to everything. Pretty good stuff. Sam puts everything up there. It is 5:42 at WTMJ. Debbie helps get you home up next. And then Michael Cohen, the star witness in the Trump hush money trial, on the stand today. We've got analysis before we make way for Brewers baseball.
Throughout history, some people have been born into greatness because of their name or family. Others gained greatness because of their actions. On Wisconsin's Morning News, we celebrate everyday heroes, the John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they woke up one morning they'd be saving a life. Everyday Heroes, Thursday at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News, presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
Are you in need of expert exterior renovations? Look no further than Ridgetop Exteriors. For over 22 years, we've been the trusted name in roofing, siding, windows, doors, and gutter replacements. With a track record of excellence on our Google reviews, we take pride in transforming houses into dream homes. Visit us today at ridgetopexteriors.com for a free consultation. That's ridgetopexteriors.com. Ridgetop Exteriors, your trusted local affordable partners.
Connect Chiropractic. Their focus is on wellness, care, and helping people do the things they want to do. I know it's been a lot of yard work lately. My neck's been a little extra creaky. Every time I go into Connect Chiropractic, it ends up feeling better. And what I really like is the way they handle people. They're patient. They're calm. There's no twisting, cracking, popping at Connect Chiropractic. Dr. Alex and his teams, that's not how they roll. It's a piece of cake. And this time of year, you should be playing outside with your kids. You should be on the boat. You should be doing the yard work, going for a jog in this weather, and not have to worry about it. Connect Chiropractic is going to take care of you and make sure that you feel like you should be feeling. They can even help moms. They can help children. They can help all of us. I know I'm a patient. It's Connect Chiropractic.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Inflation is real, but not at the family-owned Mind Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. This is new. Every Monday, when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza free. Buy 5 pizzas, get 5 free. Buy 10, get 10 free pizzas. Hey, how about this? Coaches, teachers, bring your team or school club. Your players will love the pizza, and they're going to love that world-class game room. Super affordable team bonding. Bring in pizza today for your loyal employees and clients. They will remember you, and a great way to start the week is your second pizza is free. So don't cook and clean today. Mondays can be tough enough. Enjoy the free pizza at the Mine Shaft. Your kids and grandkids will love that huge game room. It's big food. It's big fun. It's the Mine Shaft Restaurant in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh. It's just right off the interstate. Buy one pizza today, get one free for an easy Monday. Hey, desserts are also buy one, get one free. Walk on in. They'll make room for you. MineShaftRestaurant.com.
Not wearing your seatbelt could cost you a ticket or your life. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Traffic is sponsored by Flanners Home Entertainment, Flanners.com. Just press play.
Upgrade your entertainment setup today. For the best in audio and video for your home, indoors and outdoors, Flanners Home Entertainment delivers sound advice at the best price. Flanners, just press play.
Let's get a look at the roads with Debbie Lazaga. Hey, Deb.
Hey there, a little bit of good news. The accident on 894 southbound at Beloit Road has been cleared up. Delays are still working themselves out. And the other one on 894 eastbound at 60th Street has been cleared as well. So that's doing a little bit better. Southbound 43 is still dealing with the one at Locust, right at the Locust on-ramp. The right shoulder is blocked right now, so that's got a little bit of a backup past that. Northbound slowing down from North Avenue up past Keith. And eastbound 94 slowing down out of the Zoo Interchange all the way to about Hawley Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The Trump trial has wrapped for the day. Michael Cohen, described as the prosecution's star witness, was on the stand today. Jurors are on their way home. Donald Trump has now left the courthouse. This is what he said just moments ago outside the courthouse.
This is